All right, that's warm up, remember? 12.76. Let's give it some, let's try it now. Let's see, I'm gonna have to go wide on this first one until I get a better strategy. Tell me your guys' strategies in the comments. How do you guys do it? All right, I'm gonna try to cut this part real quick. I'm gonna cut it in, turn, exit. 12.02. Nice. All right, guys. We're gonna go into the next one called the Zigzag. All right, guys, we're gonna do the Zigzag. This is a lot of fun. It's kind of like the boxer's glove at the beginning, but instead of around everything, we have to cut in again. So 3, 2, 1. So just like the boxer's glove, we're gonna take this first part nice and easy. Oh, not enough counterweight. Remember, we're practicing here. Oh, I didn't do that one very well. Another counterweight. Ah, see, yeah, sometimes it happens. Sometimes it happens. This first one is familiarization. So there's a lot of going around small U-turns. So the first three turns are very sharp. So we need to make sure we do nice and wide. Let's try that. So nice and wide on this. Okay, and then we got to turn. And I'm gonna go a little bit wider on this because of this part. And then we're gonna turn, counterweight, give it some throttle. Now we can exit out. All right, let's go ahead and try to give it some speed now. And by speed, I mean this first part and this next part is difficult. Hey, we're getting into harder ones. Just wait until we get to hard and expert. Oh my geez. There we go. There we go. 16.61. I forgot if that's better or not, but that was for time. And now we're gonna jump into the next one. The kidney. Now the kidney, it's gonna be fun. It's basically a straight line weave with some turns. So let's go ahead and familiarize. We're gonna have to go all the way to these last cones, all the way around. And then we're gonna have to go wide on this part because it's pretty much a 360. And then we have to go around everything again and do the same thing for these. So nice and wide, counterweight. You guys are gonna have fun with that one. That's a tough one. Now the secret is smooth, okay? So 30 seconds basically, 29 seconds. Here we go. Secret is smooth. We can get some speed on these straightaways though. So let's get some speed. We can cut off some time right there. So wide. Turn, 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 wide. Now this is where we can get some speed. Okay, wide. A little too wide. It set me up a little weird. Secret is to turn those handlebars as quick as possible. All right, so we cut off about 4 seconds. Okay, let's see if we can get to 22. All right, same thing. Now for time. So counterweight. Turn those handlebars quick. That's the secret, is turning those handlebars quick. You gotta turn them. That means you gotta shift your body weight quicker. Oh, I didn't turn the handlebars that quick. I didn't turn it. See how I turn them late? Yeah, that's the problem. Did we get to 22? 25. That's good enough. Whew. All right, we're doing official times here, guys. All right, guys, the next one is the triple threat. We're gonna jump in to the triple threat. So 3, 2, 1, familiarize. So around all of these, around these 2 cones. Don't hit the cone. Familiarizing myself, I was looking at the phone. All right, okay. And the last part's like the bootlace, okay. So let's build upon what we already know, okay? Last part's the bootlace. That's pretty simple. I could just tell myself that when I get to that last part. 24.96. Whew. All right, my friction zone hand is getting tired. Here we go. 3, 2, 1 for warm up. So around this part, around these 2 cones, and then it's a circle basically, and then it's the bootlace. So you have to go all the way to the outside and exit out. There it is. All right, 19.99. Interesting. All right, so 3, 2, 1 for time. All right, so around these, around this last one, through after the second one, now it's the bootlace. There it is. 18.57. All right, guys, that's gonna be my official time. You guys need to beat it. All right, we're finally jumping into the hard ones. It is the anaconda. Let's jump into it, familiarization. So around this cone.
Around that cone. How's everybody doing today? Oh man, I sound a little stuffy. Uh-oh. What is this? There we go. There we go. How's everybody doing? We have a nice little we got 3 videos. 3 videos today. A little bit early, and it's a different day today. Let's go ahead and get this. I don't want you guys seeing everything. Jeez. Actually, let's leave that. Let's leave that. How's everybody doing this week? How was everybody's weekend? We like to catch up on things. I'll start it off. How you doing, Colin? How you doing, Horovac? Good to see some of the same people. Got your new CD boots. Ooh, very nice. I like CD. CD, whatever, however you want to say it. I'll start off. How you doing, Minty? CB. I was in Boise, Idaho this last weekend. CD. Yeah, that's what I figured. I got it right. I was in Boise this last weekend. Nice little flight there and back and stuff. I went hiking. Did a nice little 3.5 mile hike. Getting over sick. I got sick right after basically the live stream last week. Just kind of like a nasal congestion, whatnot. So that was fun flying. And then I was with my girlfriend. We went up to Boise to check it out, see how it's all about. I like Boise. Anybody here been to Boise, Idaho? I liked Boise. I drove up to McCall. Nice little drive, nice little 2-hour drive. Hung out a little bit and got to see some nice stuff, some waters, a lake, and then just kind of hung out and explored Boise itself. A lot of nice parks in Boise. How you doing, Minty Foams? Welcome. Nice parks. It was nice. It was nice. It was really nice. So we kind of want to check it out again, maybe some other time. But I got some stuff. I got a lot of stuff this year so far. So maybe not this year. Oh, I'm already sniffling. Do I sound congested? Do I sound like my nose? That's nice. But yeah, it was overall it was really nice. I enjoyed it. It was a great refresher. Not refresher. Great. I got refreshed. There you go. Enjoyed that. Yeah, I know. Sorry, Horovac. Sorry about that. I was in Las Vegas earlier this summer, saw riders in full gear when the weather was above 110 degrees. I don't know how they didn't melt. Yeah. I wear full gear here. The crazy thing is the climb gear. It's climb, I think. That's what I heard. It's not clim. It's climb without the B or the C. And I used to have like really meshy looking like gear, like a specific for hot weather riding, and then I got some climb gear, and it doesn't look as perforated, but it has better airflow. It's weird. So like I actually feel way more comfortable in something that looks and it actually feels like texture wise that it shouldn't be that cool, but it is, and you just kind of get used to it. I mean, I was used to living in Yuma, Arizona, and fighting fires and stuff with gear that has a vapor barrier. So you're literally, it's a hot sauna inside, and kind of got used to that. And so like hot weather doesn't really bother me as much. It's getting worse though as I age. That's the weird thing. Maybe that's really the thing. One thing that really helps is drinking a ton of water. Ton of water. Your body likes to regulate temperature better when when you're hydrated and almost like overly hydrated. But yeah, did that. Had a good time. And then what else? Let's go look at the schedule. Let's look at my schedule. Working on the Smart Rider training manual. I filmed, like I showed you guys last week. I filmed in the garage. I like the video, but I went back to some ideas that I used to have, and I've streamlined it even further. The Smart Rider training manual streamlined it even further, and it's going to be a lot. I truly believe it's going to be a lot better. And it's not going to be a parking lot training. That was a big thing for a lot of you guys. You guys are mentioning with the Smart Rider training drills. It's like, well, if I want to train and I want to I want to start riding and I want to learn how to do U-turns and whatnot and all this other stuff. How do I get to a parking lot? And really, the only solution I had for you guys when it came to going from your house and even finding a parking lot, to be honest. But to get to a parking lot, it's like you had to ride the motorcycle there. So the only solution I had was like maybe a friend can ride it for you or you can trailer it. But that's like too much. And not everybody has a truck and a trailer. And not everybody has a friend that can ride. And so I'm really trying to boil it down to the point where it's like, well, then let's go ahead and practice on your street. Let's go ahead and practice on the street. And yeah, we have same 10 cones, same everything about that. And when it came to like practicing on the street, I know a lot of people get nervous, especially, it's like, oh man, I'm on a street, and, it's kind of narrow. So I checked out some neighborhoods here and I looked up the statistics for the federal, in the United States anyways, like the road dimensions and it all depends on kind of the city for the most part, but the average street width is about 27 to 30 feet wide. And that doesn't give you a lot of room for the Smart Rider drills, but there's a few things that we can do when it comes to that. And I went to change, and I remember telling you guys a while back, and I showed you the design for I changed the drills, like the cone placements, to fit a road. But what I'm coming up with right now is that honestly, the cones that are set up, they work for the street. It's just that you don't have a ton of room on the outside. And when it came to well, how do I get you guys to be able to start riding and doing some of the drills, at least to start in there, is that I'm picking certain drills that allow you to not have a lot of room. You don't need to do these wide angle arcs to it. And so there's a few drills that I can finagle and make it to where you have to do a slow speed, like almost a straight line on that the outside portion. So long story short, I've created a more simplified scenario where it's a lot better for those of you that can't make it to a parking lot to start practicing the ride, because that's how I started. Back in November 2011, I went and bought a Harley Sportster, and I had it trailered from the dealership to my house because I didn't have a permit, I didn't have a license, I didn't have anything. I literally bought it and decided, this is what I want to do. I had it trailered, and that evening, because I went in the morning, or I went whatever, and basically it got trailered at 5 p.m. or whatever. And that evening, for the next 2-3 hours, I was just doing friction zone. I was doing turning in the cul-de-sacs and in the middle of the road. I would have to turn halfway because I didn't know how to turn very well. I had to stop and paddle walk it back and almost 3-point turn my motorcycle. And I just got to the point where I was able to go up and down the streets. I was going around the streets, up and down the streets. I was teaching myself because we didn't have MSF. So a lot of the problems that I know a lot of you guys have right now, but back then we didn't have MSF in my area. And it's almost the same scenario that a lot of you guys are dealing with. And so I just taught myself. And the only reason why I was able to teach myself the friction zone and throttle control and the whole from being a stop to go, I was able to teach myself because of the life experiences I had a truck, a manual truck. And, as a firefighter, so we knew how to use a lot of that stuff. So I was able to teach myself. Same thing with shifting. And all I had was a helmet, and I don't even think I had gloves. I think I was using leather work gloves. and just like I think I was wearing shorts and shoes and a shirt. So anyways, I was able to teach myself in the street, and so it just kind of everything's just kind of boiling back down. Keep it simple, stupid for me. And so like let's keep the Smart Rider training manual as simple as possible, so that we can get people to start riding where they're at in a neighborhood on the street that they have with a and like I said, I double checked. I checked a few neighborhoods here. I measured out the width of the streets. That's the crazy thing or the fun thing is that the width of the street is the limitation, but the length of the street, I mean, it's a street, so you can go far if you really want to. So it's good for shifting, good for emergency brake, emergency acceleration, and good for swerving. So I mean, the street itself is a good training ground. Now, not like a city street, like you're in the middle of the city with traffic, but like a neighborhood street or a side street is good enough. And so I was really trying to figure out, okay, once you leave the driveway, now you have a street. Well, typically driveways and stuff like that, you're in a neighborhood, so hopefully low traffic depending on time of day. And then you can practice. Same thing with 10 cones. And more ideas keep flowing. You know, that's the whole point of the creative process. More ideas flow. Is like I remember as a kid, you know, playing like hockey, like just a hockey stick and a ball, and like a two soda cans or two rocks or whatever as the goal, and I'd run with my buddy or buddies, and like we'll just do that, or we'll kick the soccer ball in the street and whatnot because that's all we had, and then if a car was coming, we would yell out "car," and we'd just move off the street. The car would kind of finagle their way around the goal that we had or whatever it was, and we'd wave and boom. All right, get back to playing. So when it comes to training, like in front of your house, if a car's coming, the cones that I sell, we'll go ahead and grab one. The cones that I sell, or if you have two tennis balls cut in half, I mean, they're tiny. They'll go under even a car. So, I mean, hopefully the car will try not to hit them, but you'll be fine unless the car is like slammed down. And so tennis balls, they can get run over too. Yeah, right, Ghost Rider? We've all been there, right? And so I was like, yeah, let's just go ahead and start training in the street, in the neighborhood that we're at. So that way we don't have to ride, in traffic to get to a parking lot, especially as a new rider. That's kind of scary. And so we're going to do that. And then it's building on. It's a progressive training system. So we'll start off in the parking lot, or not in the parking lot. We'll start off in, the driveway, or we can start off on the road right in front of your house. And then we'll go over, basic motorcycle gear. First I want you to get a helmet and at least gloves, and then just wear a long shirt, long pants, closed-toed shoes, hopefully above the ankle boots or something like that. Like hiking boots would work great. And then before you head out onto the road, we'll go ahead and we'll talk about gear. We'll talk about the DMV test skills, and then hopefully you can get your endorsement or your license. So hopefully you're getting your permit before a lot of this stuff. It's just a written test for a lot of places. And so it's very easy. You can just drive to the DMV and take the written test. Boom, you got your permit. So you can practice. You just can't get on the highway and a few other things. We'll talk about the plan method, and we'll do our first ride in the neighborhood. Have a good time when it comes to before you get your endorsement, all that stuff. And then we'll talk about surface street riding, city riding. Once you have your endorsement, we'll do some highway riding, mountain riding, hopefully rain riding. It's monsoon season here, so once it rains, not super heavy because it's hard for the camera to pick up because it's going to get all the water droplets. We'll see that in some of these videos probably today. But some like a light drizzle, that way I can at least show you guys what it looks like to ride in the rain, and then some night riding, and then how to rescue someone after a crash. And then the Smart Rider training manual will have the Smart Rider drills included. I don't know if I'm going to include it in the actual book or just have a separate book like this so that you guys can have that. So then after you complete all that stuff, let's see what you can do when it comes to the Smart Rider drills. Really test yourself. And that'll be good. So another reason why when it comes to creative stuff, you want to have like as many different as many different problems, and then your solution solves all these different problems. And so when it comes to what I wanted to do, where it's super simple, it's going to have QR codes just like I have in the Smart Rider training drills, the QR codes. And so I'll be teaching the actual lesson too. I'll be demonstrating everything. It's not just a book and then figure it out yourself. I'll actually be showing it to you, and you can watch it so you have like your own personal coach with you. But since it's so simple, you could do it with a friend, or if you already ride but you really want to get your buddy to ride but you don't know what to say, you don't know what to do, you just kind of go like, why can't you you know how some people get, you know? It's called an expert bias, where it's like the person already knows how to do something. They're trying to teach somebody new, and they're like, why can't you get it? And it all falls back to the fact that you already know, and you have the automaticity already. And so you're wondering why they don't get it. So the goal is to make it so simple that the person that's helping the other person can just read it to them, or show them the video, or learn from the video to be able to demonstrate it for them. So I'm trying to make it super simple so that you can actually bring a friend along and you can teach them. So remember, when it comes to the Smart Rider principles, the T is teach and mentor. So if you do want to teach, you're able to do that just by utilizing the training manual. And so I'm excited about it. It's a lot of work. And since I made it more simple, it's going to be easier for me to finish it and do it. But it's been a long process. We're talking, I think I wrote the first white paper draft, and it was massive. I did it all in one evening. I just went hardcore stream of consciousness, writing everything down, set it up in bullet points, did 3 or 4 drafts of it after I wrote it all down. And that was back in, I think, July 23. I want to say 23. No, 22. July 22. So we're talking 3 years of me really putting an effort in here. I see a white hair right here. That sucks. A lot of effort. And we're getting to the point where I'm really happy about this new system involved, this new book. Because I think it's gonna help a lot of people wanting to get to ride. That doesn't, like I said, doesn't have access to the MSF, doesn't have access to a parking lot, maybe has access to a motorcycle. Their friend has a motorcycle, so their friend can show them this stuff. So I'm really excited about that. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm trying to make it as comprehensive as possible, but that's gonna be almost. One thing I was thinking about is that if it was super comprehensive and super thick, like I go and I study a bunch of different books. So I mean, like, this is an amazing book. So Horvath, have you seen this book? Because I know you're pretty in depth on a lot of this stuff. This is an insane. It is amazing, but look how thick it is. I mean, it is massive, and it talks about everything. It's a police rider's handbook from the UK, and it is intense. So if you're a brand new rider, I mean, if you're a rider yourself, this is a great book for you to learn. Like, it'll help you out with your riding, it'll help you out with your driving, it'll help you out with everything. But if you're a brand new rider, it's like, I just want to learn how to ride. Imagine having to read something like this. Yeah, get this book. Try to get the newest edition. I have the edition before this, and then I went and saw that they got a new one, and I got this edition. What edition is this? This is, I don't know if it says, but if it has, I wonder if there's even a newer edition. But if it has this is the front page. The old edition has a different front page, so that one. But just even the table of contents. Table of contents. It's like, that's just chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5, chapter 6, chapter 7, chapter 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 chapters, and including the index is 294 pages. Imagine if you're a brand new rider and you have to read 300 pages roughly, 280 pages just to learn how to ride. It's not, I mean, but that's what you want to get to. You want to get to that. So I'm really trying to get my book under 80 pages. And it's just to get you going, just to get you riding, full Smart Rider principles. It has rescue in it, everything. And it's just going to be 0 to riding. I think it'd be good. It is a written test, the proper license of all is a yard test. Yeah. So like the permit, I'm going to speak specifically at Arizona, but I know that MSF, they're pretty much federally contracted for, I think, almost all the states. I mean, California has different stuff. They have total control. Total control goes through and tries to get the state funding for the state licensing tests and stuff. But basically, it is a written test to get your permit. So that way you can get on the motorcycle and ride. There's restrictions. You can't be on the highway. You can't have a passenger. And what was it? You can't ride at night. There has to be sunlight, basically, enough sunlight, and I think that part's at the discretion of the police officer if they pull you over. Yeah, and then if you're under 18, you have to have a helmet. If you're over 18 in Arizona, you don't have to helmet. There's no helmet law here. But you have to have eye protection. And so, like, yeah, you take the written test, you get your permit so you can practice. And then if you're under 18, you have to have 30 hours of motorcycle training. And if you're under 18, you have, or if you're, I think if you're anybody, you have to have 30 hours of motorcycle training. If you're under 18, you have to have a parent or guardian to co-sign saying you do. You can make that up if you want to, which is kind of sad because you do need to have some training. And then you go in and you take the skills test. The skills test, all it is for Arizona is emergency braking, emergency swerving, a U-turn, a straight line weave, and a turn from a stop. It takes about 10, 15 minutes. That's it. And then if you pass that, there's certain things that you have to do to pass. You can't drop the bike and a few other things. Then you get your freaking you get your endorsement. That's it. And then you can ride pretty much unrestricted and all these other things. So it's very minimal, which my book will get you from not knowing what the motorcycle controls are to riding and being prepared for the DMV test. What they kind of explain it in the book for the permit, like what kind of gear to get. Doesn't really explain much. So I'm going to explain more on what kind of gear to get. It does talk about, what to look for when you're riding and driving. But it doesn't really explain like a method on how to visualize and get through things. And that's what we do here on this channel. So I'm going to explain the plan method and go in depth on the different driver patterns. It does talk about like a T-clocks, so how to check your bike before the ride. That's one thing, that's great and all. But I want to do the safety pre-ride checklist where it's more so let's do a check for the rider, see if you're in the right state of mind and all those other things. And then it does talk briefly about common riding scenarios. I want to go more in depth on that because that's something very important. It does not talk about how to rescue someone after a crash, and that's something that we do here. And then the teaching and mentoring part, it's very much, if you go get your permit, it's you and the government, and that's it. And nobody's helping you. And so the goal is, since I have the QR codes and everything, I'm actually teaching and mentoring through a video series. And then on top of it, you can actually take that manual if you keep it, it doesn't get all screwed up and whatnot, and maybe just buy another one. But it'll come with a digital version so that you can print your own if you really want to. Good luck printing 80 pages of my stuff. I mean, go to Costco, or not Costco, but FedEx or whatever. Anyways, then you can teach and mentor your friend. So it's hitting, like I said, a ton of different problems, trying to find one solution, which would be a book. So I'm hoping to solve all the Smart Rider principles, problems. So hopefully you can become a smart rider. So I feel like a big problem. I'm just talking to you guys. I'm reading the chat too while we're here. So Kana with the recently passed a class in Oregon. Congrats. Definitely not roadworthy, but was enough to get endorsed after a knowledge test. Yeah, that's kind of like what they only do. I was really like I said, I was trying to make it comprehensive. Not as this comprehensive. The motorcycle roadcraft, we're talking a little bit about that. Police Rider's Handbook, really good. Get the one that has this front cover page if you want to get that. And I was trying to make it like really big, comprehensive, but it'd just be overwhelming. As a student myself in life, I like to do continuing education. If it's overwhelming, I kind of get bored. I don't want to do it. I'll learn a lot. I'll stick through it. But just like a terrible book, it's like sometimes I just quit the book and start a new book, like fiction or nonfiction. So I really condensed it, and it's literally just the information you need. Just the information you need to get going. Hopefully, I'm looking at my first module on the book. After the first module, you'll go from not knowing anything about the motorcycle to knowing enough and actually riding in your neighborhood. I'm hoping within 45 minutes. Within 45 minutes, not knowing anything to riding around the neighborhood slowly, not doing wheelies, but slowly and getting familiar and comfortable with riding within 45 minutes. That's my goal, to be able to do that. That is the goal. So that's what I'm working on. This week, or today after this, I'm going to be editing, obviously, these videos. And then I'm working on some of the slides, some of the pages for the book that I'll be utilizing for the first module. And then after, module 2, here, I'll just show you guys. This is the draft idea. So module 1, motorcycle foundations. So starting gear, like I said, just the simple stuff. Even at the MSF, this is all they require. They do provide helmet and gloves, but this is what they require you to bring. So just primary controls. There's a space there. I don't like that. Primary controls, secondary controls. Now, these aren't all of them, but that you don't need to know everything. Startup procedure, very simple. We have some drills, some neighborhood riding, module 2's license prep and road readiness. So now we're getting into full gear like I want you guys to get. DMV test skills, street navigation skills, including the safety checklist. So state of mind, assume risks, fitness for the ride, equipment checks, and tires and controls. So I want you guys to understand that. Then module 3, riding on the road. So this is going to be more in-depth because that's what we're going to be doing a lot of the times. Crash response, that's something that we need to understand. I believe it's something we need to understand. And then next steps, we're going to do the Smart Rider drills because I want you guys to try to beat my time. But we got some stuff today. Oh, wow. You can't. Okay. Yeah, I think it's kind of reasonable. Kind of sucks a little bit because I know a lot of people, they want to start riding and then take a passenger because they're like want to bring their girlfriend or wife or whatever. But at the same time, it's probably unsafe for the most part. I think a lot of people treat motorcycle riding as like this, like, hey, we're just going to play golf or we're just going to have like a good fun time, and they don't understand the risks truly. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. So make sure you guys grab a donut. We have donuts today, no pizza today because it's a little early. It's a little early today. We're going to have some donuts. 41, 43, 40-ish of you in class today. I don't see anybody in here. Nobody's taking a seat up front. But go ahead and hit that like button. That's how you sign into class. You get credit for today's class. Click that like button. Let's see if we can get to 40 likes. We do have 3 videos today. Boom, boom. Yep. We'll bring that up right there. We have 3 MotoStars videos. These are the 3 newest ones. The 3 newest ones. He's been putting them out lately. I think more people are starting to ride. He's getting a little bit more footage. We'll see. I haven't seen these yet, so we'll see if they're actually good videos. Just finished dinner, so I think it is time for... Nice! Where are you living, Colin? You just had dinner? It is what? 9:30 a.m. here. Then again, donuts for dessert is always nice. I'm gonna grab something real quick. I'll be right back, guys. All right. We have some drills. Oh, quick little announcement. If you're gonna get a Cardo Pack Talk Edge, like if you're thinking about getting one like right now, wait. If you notice the pinned comment, if you click that, the little pinned comment, there is a sale. There's a sale going on for Labor Day. Here's the thing is they don't want me to announce it until the day of, but I'm announcing it right now because I want you guys to wait a little bit. I'm here for you guys and saving you guys some money. If you use my link in the description right now, you get 10%, like 10% off. But from August 31st to September 7th, you get 22% off. So I'm trying to save you guys an extra 12%. So that's going to be, you'll see in the videos today, I'll be like, hey guys, get yourself a Cardo. Because these videos will go out. When's August 31st? That is Sunday. To the 7th. So I think a lot of these videos might go out starting the 31st and all next week. Well, no, because I'll be streaming. I'll stream Tuesday, so I'll be able to. I'll do half and half. Half and half the drills, half and half. Yeah, half and half the drills in Cardo, because I still have next week to be able to share it. But I want at least Sunday, Monday, Tuesday morning for the Cardo sale to go out for everyone. A good phone. I like Rockform now that they came out with the vibration dampener. When I first joined Rockform, they didn't have a vibration dampener. I actually talked to, she's in charge of the affiliate stuff, and just talking to her. She's like the wife of the CEO, and so she was like telling me that they were going through R&D for the vibration dampener, and then it was like 2 years before it really came out, and then I went to Quad Lock, mainly because they became a sponsor. Like, I love Rockform. Even when I had Quad Lock, I'm honest with you guys. Even when I had Quad Lock, I had 2 phone cases. I had my Rockform phone case, and then that was my day-to-day. And I haven't gotten a different phone case since I've been with Rockform since like 2018, 2019. I've always used Rockform, and then I switched to Quad Lock when I'd put my phone on the bike. I love this because it's magnetic. This is aluminum. You can't really. Damn, I wish I. But this is. Let's take that off. So that bottom part where it's like a strip right there, that's magnetic, and then this is magnetic. I can't even see. This is magnetic. So I love just being able to put it on stuff and that's how I set my phone down. So when I'm at the gym, I'll put this on the machine or whatever, and it'll just stay there so it's not on the ground, so I don't actually drop something on it. And then I know Quad Lock has like a sport ring thing too, but it's so tiny I could barely even get my pinky in. This one I can get basically 3 fingers in, and I like to walk around kind of like this, and then I can hook a carabiner to it, so when I go to the pool, like I'm just telling you guys, we're gonna go through the videos. But when I go to the pool, I have like a carabiner with like the pool key and everything. I just like hook it on there. So now I just have to carry this, like with my headphones. I don't have my headphones out here, but I just like hook it on there and I walk around. And then yeah, Rockform doesn't. That's the thing, is they don't have a lot of options for phones. They do have the 3M tape one where you can hook it up to a phone. So like if you get like a regular phone case, that's good, and you can like slap that on the phone case, and now you have a Rockform mount. That's cool. But they usually just do Samsung and iPhones. But I've dropped my phone many times. This thing's protecting it pretty good. But I love the magnet, and I'm able to use this. So I absolutely love Rockform. But here's the thing. I get it. They're more expensive. They definitely are more expensive than Quad Lock. But I absolutely love them. So I don't have a Quad Lock discount code for you guys. And I think even Rockform says I'm not even supposed to talk about other competitors, but whatever. I don't have a Quad Lock discount, and even when they were sponsoring, they didn't offer a discount. And what I have is a 20% off discount for Rockform. How often do I upgrade my phone? Whenever it dies. The only reason why I upgraded, I had like an Galaxy S20, like 5G, and finally the charge port died after 4 something years. And I had, because I work off my phone too, so I really had to get a phone. So I went to Best Buy, and all they had was an S24 Ultra. And so I bought the Ultra, and I immediately bought a case. I immediately bought everything I needed from Rockform, and that's what I did. So I only buy a new phone when I have to buy a new phone. Only when I have to. Phones, and I pay cash. I don't finance it. Phones are just, guys, phones, you don't need a new phone every 2 years. You don't. They're not that much better every year. I think after like 4 or 5 years, it's like, oh, okay, it's actually better. And then with Samsung, they do security updates, and they do updates for their old phones too all the time. So you don't really need a new phone. But I do love my Ultra. It comes with I never use it really. It comes with that little pen. I never really use it. It's good when I want to edit photos and I need to be like super precise. Yeah, good, Colin. That's what I would do. That's what I would do too. If it's still working, it's still working. Now, during those 4 years, I'd have to replace like a SIM card here and there because those would die. Yeah, that's another thing, Crockett, and that's another thing. So like I rented. We're gonna get to the videos, guys. When I rented the because I have like a 2017 vehicle, and it's great. But then I rented like a Jeep Compass up in Idaho, and it had Android Auto. I never used Android Auto, and I freaking loved it. Like I could just put my phone down like somewhere else instead of having it on like a mount. Because I have a mount on in my van, so I just basically use my phone for GPS like that, just like on a motorcycle. But Android Auto is amazing, and so surprisingly, I think things are listening to me on my phone. I keep getting advertisements for Android Auto like dash mounts for motorcycles, and so like that would be a great idea because it gives you all I care about the phone is the GPS on my motorcycle. So if I can keep my phone in my pocket and have like an Android Auto screen like next to my dash where I can have my GPS, and it has like all this features, like if I need to answer a phone call, I have my Cardo Pack talking, I can do that. I would totally just do that. Anybody have like a dash where it's specific for like Android Auto or something like that for when you're riding a motorcycle? Anybody have one of those? Yeah, so Crockett, yeah, you're. I'm thinking about a 7-inch Android Auto screen instead of a pay. Yeah, I was thinking about just doing that. Now the only problem is that you can't have your smart router drills Maybe. No, I don't think it can. I think that, but I would totally do Android Auto on my dash. Is the BMW nav system worth it? I don't know. All I know is that like Android Auto. I keep getting things for that. It'll mirror your screen, you think? Okay. I mean, even that's pretty cool. They sell those CarPlay units for, yeah, so CarPlay, Android Auto, the iPhone CarPlay thing. I think that'd be really cool. I don't want to spend too much time talking because I feel like usually around noon, since I'm getting over being sick, it really hits me and I don't want to lose too much energy. So, I think we're going to get started. But yeah, I would totally do Android Auto on my motorcycle. 37 likes, 48 of you in here, guys. Hit that like button. We have donuts today. Come on, we have that like button. If you hit the like button, you get a donut. If you hit the like button 3 times, you get 2 donuts. I don't know how that works, but don't hit it twice because then it basically unlikes the video. So hit that like button. You can have one of those donuts. They're freshly baked today. Freshly baked. We had Harry and Horovac in the kitchen today cooking some donuts. They're really good. I asked them not to do any cream filling, so we don't have to worry about that this week. So grab yourself a donut. Got bored at 3 this morning, so rode around town, got a donut and coffee. That sounds like a great morning. Your pancakes are better though. Oof. I'm back on the diet, and I said we're gonna get into this. I'm back on my diet. I gained a little bit of weight. It doesn't look like it too much, but my cardio is down. I can't wait to get back into it. So we're gonna see about losing some pounds, some lbs, not some kgs, maybe half the kgs. You know what I mean? But my energy is a little bit low. We're gonna try to make this fun, guys. We have 3 videos today. 3 videos. Let's take a look. Let's do this. Let's take a look. He doesn't do intros anymore. He doesn't do intros. Forgot. No, already. He doesn't do intros. So this one's from 3 hours ago. This is the newest one, 3 hours ago. This one is from August 24th, 3 days ago. This one is from 6 days ago. So he's pumping out a video every 3 days. Maybe he's been sitting on it. Maybe he had a vacation. So we're gonna hit that. Record button. And like I said, I'm gonna do half and half. Smart Rider training drills, which they're on sale. I sent out a few yesterday, and I got some I got to send out today. We got the drills, and we got the Cardo Pack Talk Edge as the things we're going to be talking about, because there is a sale. So if you are going to get a Cardo Pack Talk Edge, or even, go ahead and do this, or even the Pack Talk Pro, wait till August 31st through the 7th. There's a Labor Day sale, and I'm going to say this during the videos. Labor Day sale for 22% off. 22% off. It's not announced yet. Nobody's announcing it. I'm not even supposed to be announcing it right now. So hopefully, Taylor, hopefully you're not watching this. I don't want to piss you off, dude. But I'm announcing it a little bit early. Supposed to be announcing it on the 31st, but I'm announcing it a little bit early. It's my audience. It's my crew. I'm going to give them a heads up. I don't want people buying something right now or on the 30th, and then all of a sudden they see the sale on the 31st. It's okay. It's okay. I want them to get a good discount. 22% off. That's the most they ever do. I think the most they do is 20. I think one time they did 25, I think. But 22% off for a whole week. That's insane. All right. Sunrise is around 6 this time of year, so I'll get up at 5 and ride to Lake to... That's nice, Crockett. I've been waking up at 4:30 a.m. every day. And it's nice to get up before the sun, but it's getting to winter time, so the sun probably won't even be getting up till 7 now. The sunrise, it's about 5:15 here, so I still get to see the sunrise. It's going to be a while when the winter hits. It's going to be cold. All right, guys, 43 likes, 50 of you in here. Let's get to 50. We're gonna hit the start button on this. Okay, I want to take Grammarly. Get off of here. Let's hide everywhere. I don't need that. I don't use Grammarly. I just have good grammar already. All right, summer has come early for you. Oh, nice. Summer, man, it was pretty rough out here this last summer because I didn't drink a lot of water. All right, so we got this. Oh, 20% off still for this, guys. 20% off. Go practice. Code go practice. I think go practice 20. Oh shoot, I should probably know that. Man, I can't wait till I cannot wait until I get the Smart Rider training manual out. Those of you that are Smart Rider crew members, you'll get a discount for supporting. Go practice 20 at checkout. Yeah. Okay. There we go. 45 likes. Let's get to 55 more likes, everybody. Grab yourself a donut if you hit that like button. We've got plenty of them. And if they run out, I'm going to send Colin to go make some more. Colin, there's a TV screen in the kitchen, so you won't miss what we're doing here, okay? You could still see it. I have a projector on the back or record a camera on the back. Also, another thing, real quick. I know. We have. I will be in Michigan. September 19th and the 20th. For let's see if I can do that. It's kind of green, but we're gonna be hosting a seminar at Michigan State University. Tremoto and I. So I'll be in Michigan, Lansing, Michigan State University, hosting a kind of a nice, easy seminar on rescue. 48 likes. Hit two more likes, and we're gonna hit this start button. How you doing, Hog Rider? How bitsy? Hopefully I said that right. How you doing? Juanita, how you doing? Hey, we have Crockett as number 1 top fan. Juanita is number 2. Interesting. I forgot about that again. And then, yeah, we got people as top fans. Look at that. Just keep commenting. All right, guys, 52 likes. Here we go. We're going to hit that record button. We're going to get going. We have 3 videos today. This is a 11-minute video. We have a 10-minute video and a 10-minute video. So we're going to turn each one of them into 30-minute videos, basically. So with that said, let's hit that record button. Let's get going. All right, we have a Moto Stars video today. Let's go ahead and check out some crashes and close calls. Let's take a look and learn.
Hey everyone,
whoa,
today we
nice editing.
A rider who came across a section of
going a little fast in a construction zone. Double, triple fines if you get pulled over, so that's not very smart. We're going to pass on a double yellow. Sharp left turn coming up. You saw that signage, and we dumped the bike. How did we dump the bike, everybody? How did we dump the bike? Oh, there we go. Nice camera angle. Protected. All right, let's go. Well, let's just watch the whole thing. So he's off. He's running towards his bike, trying to get it. That way he's good. You know, his legs are working. We got a lot of people riding. Love the outfit, buddy.
How bad is it?
Love the outfit. Shifters ripped off. Pegs ripped off. Oh, I think that's just the alarm system for his phone or something. Let's take a look. So first, we're going super fast. Okay, we're riding with a group of friends. We want to just keep going, boom, boom, boom. Just like when you're like kids, unless you're like me, you know, on BMX bikes in the neighborhood with like a group of friends. We go from one house, we're like, hey, meet you at Jeff's house, and we'll ride and see who can get there the fastest. Shortcuts, whatever. See who can get there the fastest for bragging rights. Just pedaling really hard. I get that. That's a lot of fun. But I was also a kid, and I was maybe going 10, 15 miles an hour on a BMX bike, hauling butt, no gears whatsoever, doing some sweet jumps and whatnot. I get that. But we're on motorcycles. Maybe that's the same mentality here. I don't know. but we're doing that. We're going crazy. And so we're hauling butt right there. We do have a sharp left turn. That's what I was trying to point out right there. So sharp left turn. We're not prepped for the turn coming up, and that's not good. So we're hauling butt. Okay, I saw his right hand, but we get another camera angle. Let's take a look at that one. So immediately lost traction on that front tire, fell down, hit the ground hard. So look at this hand right here. Look at this hand. So we're going a little fast. Remember what I said? We have that sharp turn coming up. Maybe he was going really fast, saw the sharp turn coming up, like, oh crap, I need to slow down. But instead of progressive front brake pressure and slowing down, getting it, better, getting ready for the turn, we saw it, we panicked, and we smashed that front brake, causing that front tire to lock up enough to where we lose traction and we dump the bike. Okay, so that's not good. So let's go back just a little bit. I want you guys to see that right hand. Let's watch the right hand on this angle. Let's go back even further. Watch the right hand, and we'll watch the right hand when we have the different camera angle from the nice Insta360 X4.
Road covered in tar snakes.
X3.
After picking up speed, he tried to brake, but immediately lost control of his bike. Thanks to his protective gear, he avoided any injuries.
So sharp turn coming up. Oh crap! Dump the bike. See that right hand? Now watch the right hand again from the Insta360 X3. Smash. Instantly dump the bike. Okay. So once again, we're trying to learn from this. We're planning our ride, right? We're supposed to be locating hazard situations like the turn coming up, assessing any relevant threats, navigate any active threats. Well, we could be the active threat here. We could be the threat. We could be our own problem. And that's the whole point of what we're trying to do here is not be our own problems. We have enough problems when it comes to drivers, road surface hazards, a bunch of other things coming up. Let's not add ourselves as a problem. So don't smash that front brake. The only reason why he had to smash the front brake and he panicked is because he was speeding so hard. So slow it down. Don't slam the front brake. So learn proper acceleration, proper speed, proper braking. Okay.
How bad?
Yeah, Moto Gaga, we are in the first video today. That's probably his phone GPS thing. It's like, hey, we got a new crash. All right, here we go. We're riding. We have somebody. Oh, bad impact. Sarir Barada. And they're running away. They are running away. So he's not doing too well. He only had a helmet on. Let's take a look here. All right, so we're riding. Can't really anticipate this guy. Decided to switch multiple lanes going across. Now, once you start seeing like an abrupt lane shift like this, that's where emergency braking comes into play. Now, the other guy that we just saw, he smashed it. You want to give it some, so you get weight transfer to the front tire, and then more. You could do more quick once you get some of that weight transfer to that front tire, so you have traction. It's a bad impact. This is why, as smart riders, we acquire and use personal protective equipment just in case idiots do stuff like this. Please be safe, everybody. All right, having your phone GPS. Oh, a little stoppy, almost crashed. That's kind of his fault, the cyclist's fault. Just chilling, riding.
Sure what went wrong.
Nice, smooth camera angles and actions here.
Or maybe
we have a turn coming up. Let's not lean it too hard. Did he say there's road debris? Yeah, it looked like a little bit when he paused it. He hit 5 times. So you can kind of see it right here. A little bit shiny. A little bit shiny. Can't really tell, though. That's the problem, is that you're riding at night. We have limited visibility at night. We can only see what our headlight sees, basically. We do have street lights, but still very limited. So during the daytime, we might have been able to see that and then navigated around. Because remember, we're trying to position for safety. So we could have, during the day saw that and kind of came up in here to avoid all of this. But at night, we don't see that very well. So that's one of the big problems with riding at night. It's a little bit more scary, but this is why we wear full gear, just in case something bad happens. So this is definitely a road surface hazard issue. Right in the middle of a turn. That absolutely sucks. In a car, it wouldn't have been a big deal. But if we have motorcycle jackets, we have protection on the shoulder, elbows, pants and everything. Oh, we're going nuts over here. We have sharp left or sharp right turn, sharp left turn. You see it the opposite way. That means it's also for us. Damn. All right. You see all the different sharp turns? One rider drifted wide into an oncoming car, sparking a chain reaction that took out another bike. The driver jumped out furious about damage to his brand new car, while another driver stepped in to calm things down and make sure the downed bikers were checked on first. All right, so part of the rescue, you want to be able to rescue your buddy. First, you got to remain calm. Okay, very good. Remaining calm. Ensure your own safety. Pull off to the side so you don't get hit. Because if 2 people are on the ground and there's only 4 of you and the one other person gets hit, that means one person has to take care of 3 people. That's not good. You want to stop any major bleeds, so you want to be able to use a tourniquet if you need to, direct pressure, packing the wound. So those are very important. If you want to, there's a link in the description. Go to the shop. We have Tremoto trauma kits and everything if you want to grab one of those. But basically, rescue is going to be the thing that you're going to want to do. First, remain calm. Nice little U-turn. Very good. Very good. So he's probably talking to his buddies right now with his helmet comms, which, by the way, starting August 31st to September 7th, there is a Labor Day sale for Cardo. So grab yourself a Cardo Pack Talk Edge. This is the duo. So go halvesies with a friend. 22% off. 22% off. They never do that. My discount code, which links in description, DDTF. It should be automatic, but double check. Usually it's only 10%. 22% off is a huge deal. So make sure you guys check it out between August 31st and September 7th, 2025. But let's go ahead and check and see what happened here. Okay, so let's see. So we're riding around having some fun. Now, what I was saying here is that we do have sharp right turns. Now, it's the opposite way, but if it's a sharp right turn the opposite way, what do you think? Maybe sharp left turn this way? Yeah, so we have sharp turns everywhere. It says recommended 20 miles per hour. Okay, so I get it. We could probably go a little bit faster on motorcycles. There's another one right there. There's another one right there, 25 miles per hour. So we could probably feel comfortable doing 35, but these guys are probably going pretty fast. And if you notice the way the road is, it's kind of like dipping in the camber. I believe that's how you call it, the camber. It's basically going in, it's going out. So it's really going to mess with you a lot. And we're out in the mountains. You don't have a shoulder. You don't have much to deal with here. When it comes to emergency maneuvers to swerve out of the way of things. So one thing that gets a lot of people when it comes to these kinds of roads is that, yeah, I feel like I can go faster, but then they go wide because they go too fast. I like to ride and just enjoy the scenery. I like to enjoy the comfort of the nice cool weather. I'm up in the mountains. It's beautiful views. I'm just kind of cruising. It's almost like a slow roller coaster, kind of chill. A lot of people like to go fast on this. This is one of those risks when you go fast. So it's not necessarily, oh, I can go fast. Typically, I can go take a lot of these roads super fast. We're in an area that's different. So it might be over your skill level for the type of area. So you might want to slow it down just a little bit. You want to outpace your skill. So when a little bit too fast, outpace the skill for this turn, even though we're not going super duper fast like you used to do. We went a little bit too wide, impact. So we have that left leg injury possibly, not good. And it was the guy in the red. That's his fault. But in this situation, the guy that fell down and crashed, if you guys are all using Cardo Pack Talks, you can say, hey, I crashed. Because we're using a camera angle from this motorcycle rider that we're on right now. It's going backwards. So if he says, ow, oh crap, or whatever it is, I crashed, it allows this motorcycle rider to turn around and then hopefully rescue this person. Because they could just be going. They can continue going. They won't even know. And that's why I like to ride in the back on a group ride, because I always come up on the crash. So make sure you guys grab yourself a Cardo between August 31st and September 7th for the 22% discount. Link in the description. It's the biggest discount ever. Hopefully everyone's fine. Getting angry. Yeah, that's what insurance is for. Hopefully you have gap insurance. If you have a brand new car and you're a little bit underwater, you're on a loan financing it, get some gap insurance on top of your full coverage. That way it just gets replaced. Okay, gets replaced. A little bit angry, remain calm. Nice little U-turn, very good. Check on your buddy, he's not doing too well. He's guarding his shoulder, so he probably has a broken collarbone. Probably fell to the right, hit really hard right there on his right shoulder. So my biggest concern, and thankfully we have a truck kind of doing it for us, is that anybody coming around this corner quickly, right? Because we have people in the roadway. So if a car was coming around quickly, boom, dead. Not good. So we do have a truck blocking the roadway right around the corner. So if we didn't have that truck, yes, we have 2 patients, one here, one here. We have 2 motorcycle riders, one here, one right here. What I would be doing, and it's a crazy thing, it's a triage thing, is I would have one person where that truck is, maybe a little bit further, just doing this to people coming by so that they're not rushing around the corner. Or what I would do is I would park my motorcycle, because at the end of the day, it's just a motorcycle. I'd park my motorcycle just like the car, and then I'd go to help because we want to secure the scene. We want to be able to ensure our own safety. And then once everyone's out of the roadway, move the motorcycle.
Are you good?
Breathing hard, he's got some pain.
Mike, stop!
It's kind of true why we have tracks. But he's escalating the situation. Even the wife is over here, like, trying to help. Got a nice beard. All right, anyways, moving on. We have a lot of traffic, open lane pattern. Anybody want to pull out? Oh, so if traffic is stopped like this, we possibly have a crash. So definitely want to be able to rescue people. One of the big things here, as soon as I pull up, when I see something like this, going back to rescue, did anybody call 911 yet? Like, that's what I'd be asking. It's like, anybody calling 911 yet? Anybody call? Because everyone likes to stand around and do nothing, but if nobody calls 911 and this person does need surgery or they're in pretty bad shape, nobody's getting the chain of survival going. And the chain of survival is the moment something happens, call 911, starts the chain of survival, because now paramedics and EMS can show up. They can take them to the hospital to get surgery. So, like, you have to get that going. You can't just sit there and, like, look. You can't fix the problem if they need surgery on the street.
Oh, no.
And one of the cool things is that when you're on the, if you pull up and you can see the Bluetooth system there, if you pull up, you don't have to take your helmet off. You could just, use your phone and talk to dispatch with your cardo unit with your helmet on.
No, wait, no, keep it on. Could be hurt.
Link in the description for 22% off.
Do not touch the helmet.
Very good. Don't pull the helmet off. If he's breathing, he's doing fine. He doesn't need the helmet off if he's breathing.
Lord Jesus, thank you for Justin.
You're alive, man. You're alive. You're alive.
Very good.
Protect
Little
Justin
prayer.
at this moment, dear God. Give the people come and rescue
Just
him,
relax.
wisdom.
Listen, you have a
So she's praying. It's helping her calm down. That's really the thing.
Dead, bro.
That's fine. I'm okay with
You're
that.
alive, bro. You're alive.
Hey, Motostars is putting some context in here. That's great. Justin is one of my closest friends. Crashed prior to recording the video. Was too far ahead to see anything on film. However, I recorded the entire post-trauma incident and did what I could to help get him immediate medical attention. It was chaotic, tense, and emotional. At points, I may have lost my cool, but not to any extent that wasn't without reason. Okay. He's alive.
That's
good.
brother. Oh!
Alive.
That's good. I like the context. Thanks, Motostars, for putting this in.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What the happened? Yo, why'd you get over, bro? That was my friend.
Brake lights!
That's my... I'm so...
Okay, so you can see the damage to the rear end of that vehicle. So probably that open lane pattern or something. They basically switched lanes. Person hit him. The motorcyclist hit that right there. Not a good situation. This guy probably does have some back pain, and that's a pretty high impact, especially if they were speeding. So if it's just like the flow of traffic and he switched lanes and then hit, the car person probably isn't going to be injured very much at all. Maybe a tiny bit of whiplash. But if the motorcyclist is speeding heavily and he moves over, boom, hits really hard, that's going to cause some injuries even to the car driver, because you have to think about it. Let's say an average 185-pound male, let's say it's a 500-pound motorcycle, 685 pounds, basically going 100 miles an hour. That's going to hurt anybody.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
So possibly speed is a factor here.
Is he okay? I'm worried.
He's good. Okay, I here, buddy. Right.
Yeah, look at the damage. Look at the damage of that. That's high impact.
You're all right. But he's a... He's good.
Here we have a situation.
All right, here we go. Nice little dual sport. I love to see it. He has some climb gear. I have gear just like this. Very nice gear. I love it.
Where
So
the
he's
rider
probably
opened
just
the
been off
throttle
road.
far too much while turning. The large amount of gravel on the road only made controlling the
Gravel.
bike
He's
even
used to
harder.
being off-road. A little bit of gravel, not a big deal, right? But once you add gravel with a little bit of asphalt, it gets a little slippery. So honking the horn, maybe trying to get attention of his buddy. If you had that card, or you can talk to him. Like, hey, I crashed. I'm sure they have one. And he's got his buddy behind him. It's nice little slow speed. We got some crash bars, protecting everything. Not a big deal. Moving on. Drop back, Jake. Nice parking lot to do the Smart Rider drills. Link in the description for 20% off. Practice all your drills. It's a great parking lot. Love to see that. Hopefully you can use it. Oh, what do we got here?
Hello?
Why is he so angry?
What's up?
Firmengelände?
Huh?
Firmengelände.
Yeah, don't even pull over.
Speak English?
No. A door?
Door? Gate?
Yes.
Okay.
Gesperrt. Firma.
I don't speak German.
No drive.
Yeah, why?
Do you work here?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, don't even stop. Don't even stop. Don't even stop. Just keep moving. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. All right, here we go. It says we're going 15 miles per hour. That's pretty impressive. We're not in the right lane. Now we're in the correct lane. Very good. We're moving on. Nice little tunnel. I love it. Oh, we got a turn coming up. We got a side of the vehicle right there. They're going to merge into us. Not a big deal. You saw it ahead of time, so very good. Rev bombing's not going to help the problem. No reason to really get in front. You're coming to a stop anyways. Let them in. So what I was trying to point out here is that we're going pretty chill. We're only going 15 miles per hour here. Do a nice little rev bomb in the tunnel. It's always fun to do. So we're coming up to here. So we have the side of the vehicle right here. You see the headlight right there? You see the tail light right there. That's all you can see when we are riding at night. What that indicates, and I love doing this for you guys. Let's go ahead and draw the little bit of a vehicle right there. We'll use the tail lights and everything as the wheels. So that's what the vehicle looks like at night, okay? But all you see is the lights. Now, during the day, that's what you can see during the day. So as soon as you see that pattern, remember, locating hazardous situations, assessing any relevant threats, that is a relevant threat. How do we navigate that? Well, they only really are a problem and an active threat if they're in our lane. But when we see this coming up right here, oh, they're going into our lane. Their tire is now in our lane. Now, we have a red light up ahead, so we have to start doing some critical thinking real fast here. This is why it's very important to have a method in place. So when it comes to positioning for safety, when it comes to navigating active threats, all we really can do is emergency acceleration, emergency braking, emergency swerving. Okay, if we emergency accelerate past this, we put ourselves in a bad spot. We have to do really good emergency braking to stop at the stoplight. So emergency acceleration might not be the best thing to do here. Emergency swerving, we have a full lane to the right. This is very good. We have a full lane. And I get it. It's like, I want to go straight, though. This is a right turn only. Okay, who cares? Who cares? We got to get ourselves out of danger, right? Who cares? You can always come back. You can always do that. So there's what's left. Emergency braking. Well, if we're only going 15 miles an hour, emergency braking is very simple. It's nice, easy squeeze of that front brake, a little bit of tap of the rear brake, and you're going to squeeze, let them in. Not a big deal. That way we avoid having to accelerate into a stoplight. That's why we can avoid swerving into the right turn only, which is not a big deal because we can just get right back. But a simple thing that we can do in this situation when you see stuff like this, just go ahead and slow it down, let them in. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Think of it as good practice for braking. Let them in. Rev bombing doesn't do anything. So you guys hear about rev bombing all the time. What that is he's pulling in the clutch and giving it some throttle. Not going anywhere, though. It's making the RPMs go up, make that noise. Rev bombing, revolutions per minute of the engine bombing, basically. So, but what happens when you pull in the clutch? You remove all power to the rear wheel. So if you have to get out of there, you have no power. You can't get out. You're coasting. And then you're like, oh, crap, I need power, but you have your RPM super high because you're rev bombing and you dump the clutch. Guess what happens? You lurch forward, possibly wheelie, possibly run straight into this vehicle. You don't have any power to do a swerve because all the power is basically getting launching you forward. So rev bombing doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. It's just an auditory response. You could just use your horn at that point, still have full control of your motorcycle, or don't do any of that and just slow down and let them in, or swerve to the right. Do something that is actually going to be productive. And then I wouldn't get in front, because if they get pissed off at you, they can just tap your bike and knock you over. That's what I would do. All right, here we go. Nice little Harley.
Now.
Wild, wonderful weekend. Okay, we have somebody here. Why aren't they all the way to the front? Kind of weird, right? They should be all the way up to that line. Do you think they might want to come into our lane? Let's see what happens here, everybody. Make sure you guys grab yourself a donut. We have some donuts right here. If you click that like button, you get a free donut. Let's take a look. Yeah, I have a Honda. I wouldn't use my horn. I never do. All right, so we're accelerating.
And I start moving through my gears and gaining speed.
Okay.
But I guess since they were initially ahead
40 miles an hour.
They still were.
We're in the blind spot.
Or anything, here they come.
Yep.
Good
job.
Any good either. I guess I need to install an air horn if I'm going to keep riding here.
There it is. Yeah, I wouldn't use the little electric horn. Doesn't make much noise.
Anyway, I was
bonged up cow 420. Dang, nice name. Welcome.
Left lane. I think they saw what happened and seemed to be going slow, maybe to let me actually get up beside the person that almost hit me.
Wear a full face. All right. I like his after action review. Very good. I like what I see here. Okay. So we're getting up to here. Let's take a look. This is a typical scenario. So we accelerate out of the intersection.
Pull out from the traffic light.
Very good.
Moving through my gears and gaining speed.
So he's gaining speed.
But I guess since they...
You see, so now for the next few seconds, we start going with the flow of traffic. Like we're both accelerating. And now it's like, I want to accelerate more to get ahead of everybody and everything. That's fine. But if you start recognizing that you're stuck, okay, you're stuck in a blind spot. Once you see that, allow them to continue their speed, because you know that's what they're already doing. You can control whether you keep increasing speed or reducing speed to get yourself out of the blind spot. I ride staggered when I ride with cars as best I possibly can. If they do switch over, I'm not going to get hit, just like I ride staggered in a motorcycle group. If anybody has to do emergency swerves because there's a road surface hazard, they don't hit the other motorcyclist. So once I see myself here in that blind spot, I'm like, we're just going to keep increasing speed and we're still going to stay in this blind spot. I'm going to reduce my speed until I get to the staggered position and then increase my speed. That way we stay at a good flow of traffic. So once we see this for the next couple seconds, this is going to give you the idea of maybe I should not be here.
Were initially ahead of me, they figured they still were, because without signaling or anything, here they...
So without signaling or anything, that's perfectly fine, because not perfectly fine. They shouldn't be doing that. They should be signaling. They should be looking for their blind spots. They're not doing it. I get it. They should. Let's flip it around. Maybe you should not be in their blind spot. Okay, that makes people defensive, so I don't like to say that. I like to give you the education of, hey, how about this? Let's go ahead and solve the problem. So let's get out of their blind spot. But once you see something like this, now we're in that plan method, right? We first located a hazardous situation. It is a relevant threat in that blind spot, but no active threats. Now it's an active threat. We have to put ourselves in a new position for safety. Like I said, we have emergency swerving, emergency acceleration, emergency braking. Can't swerve to the left, can't swerve to the right. We can accelerate or decelerate. I prefer to decelerate before even being in this position. Remember what I said. I like to make sure that I'm not in a blind spot and I like to stay staggered. But if you catch yourself in this situation, you have two options. There's no street sign or street lights up ahead, plenty of room, nothing up there, great space cushion. You can accelerate hard if you want. Boom, give it some throttle. Give it some good throttle. Might take a little bit of time if you have a lower CC bike, but you can get out of it, right? Maybe move over a little bit and then accelerate. Great. Or do it at the same time. Great. But that puts you in a position of now you're going fast. Once again, slow it down, let them in, apply good progressive brake pressure, let them in, go ahead and honk the horn. And I like what he did here. This is what I would do if you ever have an issue. Decelerate, apply the brakes, go ahead and honk the horn.
Any good either.
Zoom in on their license plate. So if there was an issue, because you're trying to get yourself out of it, let the camera do its work. Think of your camera as an assistant. So if you did get hit, because all you're focused on is not getting hit, but you do get hit, your camera will pick up the license plate. That way, if something happens, you have to call 911, they take off, they're not there anymore, you at least have their license plate to give to the cops.
I guess I need to install an air horn if I'm going to keep riding here.
And that's another thing. The electric horn that we have put in our motorcycles, it's like beep, 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 beep. very, very weak. Air horns will be loud. So if you want to install an air horn, cool. Go ahead and do that.
Anyway, I was going to pull up
Not a big
beside
deal.
them at the next light, but there was a
I like how he's in.
the left
You
lane.
see how the space
I
cushion
think they
increased?
saw what happened and seemed to be
He's
going
just slowed
slow,
down,
maybe to let me
chill.
actually get up beside
Very
the
good.
person that almost hit.
Now, another tip I would offer as a smart rider, we wear full gear. So we're not wearing full gear. We don't even have gloves, jackets. Jeans will get ripped up. Regular shoes will get ripped up, fall off. And then when it comes to a 3/4 helmet, that's a 3/4 helmet. You notice on a 3/4 helmet, it does not protect the jaw at all. It doesn't protect the face and the jaw. It just protects the sides and the head. So it is going to protect your skull, your base of your skull and the sides and the top of your skull. That's great. But I also like my face. So if I do hit face first and I tear my jaw off, it doesn't matter what my skull is because my airway is now gone. Now I'm going to just choke to death. So I don't want that. So wear a full face helmet, please.
A very
here we go.
dangerous situation where the driver decided to overtake despite poor visibility.
Okay.
Fortunately, the rider was
Nice
able
little
to react
turn.
appropriately.
Oh, the motorcyclist reacted. Very good. Move over. Very good. So that driver was being dumb. They were passing on a blind turn. Okay. So let's go ahead and go over plan real quick. We're in a good position for safety. We're locating this hazardous turn because turns are hazardous. Same thing with intersections for motorcyclists. We're trying to assess any relevant threats, and as soon as we see an active one, we're going to navigate. And all we're doing is navigating into a new position for safety. The plan method, it goes in circles. You're constantly doing this. You're in a position, locate, assess, and if you have to navigate, go back into a new position. And you're constantly doing this over and over and over again. So we're in a good position right here. I love it. We see a car coming, right? We see the car coming over. All we did was position ourselves in a new position for safety right there. We navigated into a new position. Perfectly fine. Love that. It's great. We didn't have to swerve off to the side of the road. We didn't accelerate into it. We didn't fight for the lane. We didn't do nothing. We just moved into a new position for safety, which we can do on a motorcycle. He slowed it down. You hear the engine RPMs go down. Moved over. Handled it. Very good. There we go. Going a little bit faster in the flow of traffic. They merged over. Not a big deal. I want to point out something here. You guys see that? Write in the comments what you guys see already. What pattern is this, everybody? While you guys are writing in the comments and in the chat during the live stream that we usually host on Tuesdays at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, might be a little bit earlier going forward. But anyways, Tuesdays. While you guys are writing in the comments, I want to point out real quick, when I talk about position for safety when it's normal riding, this is the position I am in right here. I'm off to the side. So I'm going to put it up here so you guys can see because I know my big head's going to be blocking it. So either way, let's just do it. My head's not blocking. I can see right here. So I'm going along the line over here and then along the line over here. And the reason why, what you want to look for position for safety is great line of sight. You see how we could see really far, right? You want to have at least one escape path. Well, if we're over on the right, we can escape to the right. If we're on the left, we can escape to the shoulder. So these are good. Space cushion. This isn't the best space cushion at, let's see how fast he's going, 88 miles per hour. Okay, it's not the best space cushion at this speed because you're not going to be able to stop in time. But the cool thing about being off to the sides, right, is not only do you have an unobstructed view, which is your line of sight, unobstructed line of sight, is that if something happens, they slam the brakes really, really hard, right? They slam it. You're not going to stop in time. You're not going to be able to. So you either swerve or hopefully they stay. You can just keep going straight in a lane filtering. If you're not paying attention, let's say you're not paying attention whatsoever. You are zoned out. You're not paying attention whatsoever. They slam the brakes. You finally look up and they're like right here, right on. Like you're about to hit them, but you're in a position off to the side that even if you didn't apply the brakes, you're still not going to hit them. That is why I like to position off to the sides. Not because people can see me, not because any of that stuff. No, it's so I can see, so I have an escape, so I have something to go into if for some reason I'm not paying attention. Less movement too. So that's where I'm at. All right, so you guys wrote in the comments, open lane, open lane, open lane, open lane. Love it, guys. Open lane pattern. If you notice, we are doing it too. So this is a pattern that we always want to look for, just like the sides of the vehicles, just like for blind spots. Open lane pattern. What is that, everybody? Well, we have an open lane right here. beautiful lane. Nobody's in it. I love it. I want to be in it myself. I don't want to be stuck behind this truck. I want to be in that open lane. So you notice I paused it perfectly where this motorcyclist is going for that open lane, right? So we do it too. Cars do it too. We tend to check, hopefully, our blind spots. We do head checks. We do a little mirror check, and then we go with our blinker on. Now, car drivers don't do that. They don't do that. They tend to not do that. Well, this guy does not want to be behind this guy. So he's going to switch into the open lane too. This guy has no reason to switch in the open lane. Really has no reason. So I'm not really concerned about that, but I still don't want to be side by side. But if you want to go because it's an open lane, and they want to go because it's an open lane, there's a possibility we will connect at some point. So what do? Well, we switch in the open lane, right? Because we want to. But once we switch, we're like right here, we watch real quick. We stay staggered. Right here, we're staggered. So if he switches over, he's not going to hit us. This is our new space cushion right here. We watch for like a second, split second, a second, see if they're going to switch over. And if they do, we let them in. Okay, so if we're going to switch, we're going to look. I don't want to be near them. And I'm going to go here and get back into the middle. I'm kind of doing like the whole magnet. Positive to positive will push the other magnet. Positive, negative will connect. I know I'm explaining quite a bit here, but it's very important. So we switch over. Now at this point, when I switched over, I'm going to keep a space cushion. I'm going to get to the far right. Yes, we have this guy right here. I get it, but I'm passing this guy first, okay? So I'm going to switch over as best I can. So if he does come over, he has to come over all the way, basically, to even touch me. By the time I see his tire pass this line, I can go ahead and roll off the throttle and apply a little bit of brakes to let him in. It gives me some space. Now, once I pass him, let's pretend that this is how it is. Once I pass him, I get back in the middle. That's what I do. That's pretty much what I'm doing when it comes to riding on a motorcycle. In a car, it's a little bit different because you take up the whole lane. Same concept. Okay, once you see, he's already doing it. He's doing a great swerve. Once you see that front tire, watch the truck up here. As soon as you see him cross, I mean, it's a grout line, basically. But once you see him cross that white, he's going in your lane. That gives you the first indication he's coming over. And this motorcyclist sees that. So he's going to go ahead and switch over to the far right. You notice how he has to switch over to the far right as an emergency maneuver? Let's go ahead and get back to it. I want to switch to the far right immediately right here so I don't have to do an emergency maneuver. And that's the whole point of positioning for safety. You see what I mean? I'm putting myself in a position knowing full well driver behavior is going to possibly do this. So I'm preemptively moving. My hand. I'm preemptively moving from here to here just in case. That's it. Just in case he does it. If he doesn't do it, I get back. And it's fun on a motorcycle, right? You guys have fun doing that. Man, my head is big right here. What's up, guys? So I'm switching over. Doesn't come over? Cool. I'm coming over here, switch over. He does come over? Cool, because I'm already in a position. And then we go. Then I go. But if you don't do that, you have to know the emergency maneuver of swerve, which is what he does. So very good. Good swerve. But let's go ahead and not do 111 miles per hour. All right, here we go. Same thing, open lane pattern. You get, oh my gosh, guys. Same thing, open lane pattern. He's doing a head check. He doesn't want to be stuck behind this truck right here. You see that? We do our head checks because we are motorcyclists. We know the danger of it. Car drivers don't have the danger. They don't care because they have crumple zones, seat belts, airbags, roll cage. They're the biggest vehicles on the road, so even if they hit something, it's not a big deal, blah, 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 blah. We're on motorcycles. We only have gear. So we switch lanes because of our open lane patterns. An open lane here, we don't want to be stuck behind the Ford. Car driver does the same thing. Doesn't want to be behind this vehicle. Doesn't do a head check even for a freaking red car. And that's a Chrysler Pacifica. That white vehicle is a Chrysler Pacifica. I love it. I love mine. Anyways.
Oh, hell no.
How you doing, a fellow bald man? All right, here we go. Open lane pattern. They're stuck in traffic. We have an open lane right here. That vehicle wants to pull over. We're coming up. As soon as we see them coming up and switching over, we slow it down. But you see how we are in the open lane. So if we see a long stack of vehicles on the right side or left side, or whatever it is, this one's the right side, assume they might want to come over. I love his position. He's right over here. He's not in the middle, and he's not on the far right. Since he's over here, he has a space cushion to the right. So if he had to, he can swerve left or has enough time to possibly decelerate. That vehicle saw it ahead of time. Very good. Watch this red car closely. Okay, here we go. We're going to watch it. We're going to watch it. Let's watch it. He's looking at the Polaris slingshot. All right, same thing. They want to switch. Ooh. Okay, as soon as you see somebody do something stupid like that, get away. How do you get away if we're both going the same direction, right? How do you get away? Write in the comments. You have 3, 2, 1. If we're both going 90, let's say we're 90. How fast? You can't see. Let's say we're both going 80 miles per hour. The red car is going to continue going 80 miles per hour, right? Or speed up. So if we drop it to 70, it's not that we're going backwards. It's that they're taking off. And you see that between my hands, the space cushion gets bigger. Until you're comfortable with the space cushion, you still go 70. They're going 80. They're still going, disappearing. Now you can go 80. And so then now you're just doing this. But now you have that space cushion between you. Right? Scary situation here. Since you're so close, you might want to get from 80 to 70, maybe 65 as quick as possible. So give it a little bit of front brake pressure, just a tiny bit. You don't need a lot at this speed. Because if something happens here, you have to swerve hard and quick and fast. And your perception is about a second, second and a half. Your reaction time is about a second, second and a half. That's 3 seconds. If he slams the brakes, he's hitting you in less than a second. So you're not going to be able to react in time. You're barely going to be able to perceive. You're going to be saying, oh, boom, hit. So give yourself a space cushion. Okay? If you don't know what a space cushion is, it's right here. But as soon as you see an idiot do dumb stuff like that, get away. So don't stay side by side. Don't do this. Don't look at. He's already got damage to his front bumper. You don't think you're going to be a little extra damage that he doesn't care about? He's not even paying the deductible to get that fixed. You don't think he's going to pay the deductible to get his vehicle fixed after he hits you? No, he's not gonna.
You good?
Get away. Get away. Get away. Get away from him. Get away from him. Don't do this. Azimoto, go ahead and take a seat, buddy. Go ahead and take a seat. You can go sit up anywhere you want. Grab yourself a donut. They're massive donuts. They're basically like this big. Just sit and relax. We're going over your video. If you want to share this, perfectly fine. Go ahead and cut this video out. Post it on your channel. Enjoy it. But you're putting yourself in a high-risk situation to do this. Oh, this guy's even worse. Sorry, Azimoto. This guy's doing worse. Look at this. What is he listening to? Somebody write in the comments what that is. It looks like, I don't know if, oh, it's a screensaver. I thought it was a Spotify thing. Oh, is that his girlfriend? She's not going to be very happy with you if you die. Bro, she's not going to be happy with you if you die. Oh. That was an open lane pattern. You guys saw that real quick? Please, please, please. Okay, thank God he didn't die. All right, so take a look. No gear, pinning it down really hard. He's got a quad lock. He should have a rock form. Okay, we use 20% discount in the description. But he's going super fast. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So he's switching over. He's doing all the open lane patterns for himself. You see how he's going to the open lane? I mean, I get it. You're weaving into traffic, but what in reality, what you're doing is trying to go to the open spot. So it's the open lane. That's what car drivers do typically at speed limits. So right here, we're switching over. Now, why did this white car want to switch over? So that's one thing I watch out for is when the tire is over the line. That means they're switching over before you can even notice. He's switching over. This driver is switching over because he doesn't want to be stuck behind this driver. Okay, so always watch out for these big open lanes. And since we're shooting into them super fast, we're not going to have enough time to really do anything. So just go the speed limit. Wear gear, guys. Smart riders acquire and use personal protective equipment. On the road again, rambling man moto. Yeah, side of the vehicle, handling it well, man of steel. All right, here we go.
Guess I should have.
Hank Williams Jr. Yeah, love it, buddy. Moving on. Oh, very crazy traffic. Love the views. All I'm doing in this situation is enjoying that beautiful view. And especially if I'm on vacation and this is not the United States, I don't want to crash. I really don't want to. But I'm enjoying the views. It's a very narrow road, so you do have issues when it comes to space cushions and swerves to left and right. No, real escapes. And so when you're coming up to something like this guy obviously doesn't know how to drive very well. So what they're doing in their mentality is like, I got to be away from the wall. I got to be away from the cliff, and I need to have my space cushions because I don't know the dimensions of my vehicle. I don't know how to drive very well. I'm either new or just old or whatever it is. Okay, cool. That's what typically people do, though. So if you know that's what typically people do, keep yourself a little bit more to the right. So if you do have to swerve, it's not really a swerve. It's just a quick little lane change. It's harder to do when you're going fast. So let's not go fast. Look at that view. Is that Italy? It looks like Italy. I love it. All right, construction zone. Slow it down. Hey, are you paying attention? Oh, what did I just say earlier? No. MotoStars, don't put up the end screen yet. What did I say earlier? What did I say earlier? Write in the chat what I said earlier. Go ahead and write. We have pencils and pens over there. We used to have crayons, but all you Marines used to eat them, so we can't get rid of them, or we have to get rid of them. You guys really like the yellow ones. You say it tastes like lemon, but I don't get it. I tried a few. I kept trying them. It never tasted like lemon. I don't get it. I like to be off to the sides. Now, I wouldn't want to be on this side just because you got a lot of road debris and it could get kicked off over here. So if I'm off on this side, I could possibly hit like some dirt. I like to be off to the sides. So if this was an area where there wasn't a ton of dirt, so off to the sides, boom, look at that. Right? Position for safety, right? Position for safety, exactly. So position for safety. So if we're not paying attention and we're zoned down, like blah, 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 it looks like it's in the evening, possibly after work. It's jixy. I get it. You're tired. But if we're not paying attention, we're creeping up. They're applying the brakes. Boom, we hit. Not good. Not good. So what do? We off to the side so that if we aren't paying attention, we don't hit them because we just kind of do this lane split. We just do like this lane split. Okay? It also gives us good line of sight. So this person's slamming the brakes because somebody else is slamming the brakes. We get to see the person ahead of them slam the brakes so that we know we need to start slowing down. It also gives us a nice escape. Very simple escape, very easy. But if we're right here, we have to do a hard swerve to escape. We have to do a hard swerve to escape. You see how this is an easier escape versus these? You see what I mean? But he does it. Barely. See, if we were just in this lane position already, he slowed down because everyone else is slowing down. But MotoStars, we have some unbelievable motorcycle crashes that you have to see. Hey, guys, with that said, though, make sure you guys grab yourself a Cardo Pack Talk Edge. There's a sale going on between August 31st and September 7th, 2025, the Labor Day sale, 22% off. Click the link in the description. It should automatically apply my discount code, but if not, DDTF, Dan the Fireman, DDTF. We'll give you 22% off. So check it out, link in the description, between August 31st and September 7th. With that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe, and I'll see you guys later. 45-minute video. Oh my gosh, Dan, how do you turn Dan the Fireman? How do you turn an 11-minute video into a 45-minute video? Damn. Are you guys learning anything? Are you guys learning anything? The thing about this, the stuff that I say, obviously I made up at one point, right? That's how it all starts. That's how anything starts. Who do you think made the toilet? They made it up. But we all use toilets, hopefully. I made it all up at one point and then really developed it over time, the plan method, right over there. I developed it over time. How did I develop it over time? I'm 38 years old. I took my parents, thankfully, I think this was one of the big things here. They put me into like a week long, it was like an hour a day for a week straight, driver education class where I drove with an actual coach. It wasn't like some school thing. It was like a professional. I drove with a coach, and there's a lot of stuff in there that he taught me how to parallel park. He taught me how to do a bunch of things. He gave me some tips, like if merging on an interstate, it's like they're not letting you in. You can drive on the shoulder for a little bit, apply some brakes, get in, right? Taught me some really cool things, not to panic, basically. Basically got me to confidence. And then I became a firefighter, and in order to drive the engine, the ladder truck, the engine's a fire truck. So the fire truck, the ladder truck, and the ambulance, we had to go through an International Association of Professional Drivers course. And so I learned even more. And then I became a firefighter for 11 years. 10 of it, I was basically a career fire. The last, full 11. I was gonna say it because I went through academies and whatnot again because I transferred to a different place. Anyways, I drove an ambulance for like 6-7 years. I drove an ambulance for 6-7 years as an EMT, and I would see all this crap. I have so much experience just from that. All these idiots coming out because when they do the open lane pattern and I have my paramedic and patient in the back, I can't just slam the brakes. So here's the things. I can't just slam the brakes because the patient can get hurt. My paramedic, it's almost impossible to be restrained as a paramedic in the back, so you have to do work. He's going to get slammed into the front and get injured. You see what I mean? So I have to be proactive and preemptive of possibly seeing the road behavior. Somebody's going to pull out in front of an ambulance, of all things. And so I have to see that ahead of time and gently apply the brakes and make it to where I'm just not in a position to get hit at all times. I have to be slow to the stop signs and stoplights. I have to be slow on the acceleration so that nobody in the back is getting jumbled up. And here's one thing that was told to me, and I've stuck with it, and it just works great. When it comes to riding a motorcycle, and as a beginner rider, when it comes to driving a car as a beginner driver, imagine you're driving, you're riding. You're driving your grandma to church on a Sunday. She's wearing a white dress. Just looks beautiful, right? White dress, but she's holding a big jar of tea. She's holding a jar of tea because she's taking it to the church and she's taking it for her friends. If you slam on the brakes or you smash that throttle, the jar of tea's going everywhere. You don't want it on your grandma's Sunday dress, the nice, beautiful white dress, and she's on her way to church. She wants to look good. She got all dolled up. So if you slam the brakes and you swerve hard, you turn really hard, the tea's going everywhere, right? So when it comes to beginner riders, easy on the throttle, start on the brakes, easy on the turns. You want to be able to make everything easy. And that's how I treated the patients in the back, is I wanted them to have a comfortable ride. Because it's not comfortable, especially after a car accident or some type of incident. Maybe they're having chest pain. Every bump hurts. So I want to make it easy for them. I want to make it comfortable for them. So that's what I would do. But I developed and I understand and see all these things. This is like 3,000 videos so far that I've done on this. And it's like you see the same things over and over again. Over and over and over again. That's a great Tom's Cage-Free Adventures. That's a great thing. Another thing is I still do that. Might not be grandma with tea in the back, but have you ever gone to like a friend's house and you're supposed to bring a meal, and maybe you brought like lasagna, or you're bringing like something that could slosh around, but you can't hold it yourself because you're driving, so you put it on the floorboard of the passenger seat, and so you don't want it to tip over and whatnot. Same concept. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. I'm glad you guys are learning a lot. It's a great, you're great refresher, reinforcing everything. So Ace Sturman, I saw that this is your first live stream. So everyone say hi to Ace Sturman. Go ahead and grab yourself, I was about to say a slice of pizza, but we got donuts. It's about 10:41. Let's go ahead. Hog Rider, can you grab all the donuts? Go ahead and put them in my office. I want to eat them later. And then Harry and P&W Rider and Colin and Horovac. We have a ton of pizzas in the crew lounge. Can you go ahead and bring them out? Can you go ahead and bring them out? We're going to have pizza. We're going to get some pizza in here real quick. Let's go ahead and grab some pizzas. We're going to switch it up. You got it? P&W? You got the donuts, Hog Rider? Thank you. I mean, at least 2 trays. Put them in the office. You guys can take the rest in the student lounge. I feel like some donuts. I'm on a diet. I just started and I really want a donut bad, but we're not gonna have some donuts. All right. You guys got the pizzas? All right, everybody, go ahead and grab yourself a slice of pizza. Harry, you got some of the gluten-free and some of the vegetarian pizzas. Go ahead, take your time. We're gonna have some pizzas here. So, guys, if you like what we're doing here and you're just now joining the live stream, we're gonna go over 2 more videos. Okay. Hit that like button. We're at 76 likes. There's 69 of you in here. Nice. Hit that like button. Let's see if we can get 100 likes. You can grab a slice of pizza with 100 or when you hit that like button, and we're gonna get going on this one. Oh man, I want a burrito. So, Car Geek, why you get? I just said I'm trying to eat better, and breakfast burritos are my those are my downfall. Breakfast burritos, bacon, potato, and egg with a little bit of cheese. Big, fat, thick burrito. Does slamming the brake on ABS bike count as progressive braking? Think of it, real Colorado culture. Think of it as, this is how I always say it. Think of it as a safety net. ABS is just a safety net. Okay, you're a trapeze artist, right? You're a trapeze artist. You're in the circus. I don't know what you look like, but you're in the circus. And you're a trapeze artist and you're swinging back and forth, right? Wouldn't you want a safety net? I mean, just in case something happened, right? You fell, right? Wouldn't you want a safety net? But that's just in case you fell, right? So you need to have the skill to go from trapeze to trapeze, from bar to bar. You need the skill. You need the skill of progressive braking. You definitely need the skill of progressive braking. If you fail at progressive braking, hopefully ABS catches you, right? Maybe you fell outside the safety net. But hopefully ABS will catch you if you panic brake. Hopefully. Because the little slots in the ABS, where it's like it pulsates when it comes to the brakes, that is kind of like progressive braking a little bit, but only because it prevents a lockup. That's it. That's all it does. It just prevents a lockup. Sometimes, I would say 95% of the time, it does prevent a lockup, but still, if you're going so fast, it's going to be an issue. So I want ABS on all my bikes just in case my skill set fails me. But my skill set will only fail me if I don't practice my skill set. So I develop my skill set. I practice and train my skill set. So I hopefully never even activate ABS. There's only been a few times I even activated ABS. And I have ABS on my bikes. So I try my best not to activate it. Now, if I'm riding around, this is a great tool, everybody. So if I'm riding around and I apply the brakes and I activate my ABS, that tells me my skill needs to be practiced a little bit more. It means that, oh, crap, I activated ABS. I should probably go practice my braking or be more aware of my speed and maybe pay attention a little bit more so that when I can stop with more space cushion versus, oh, crap, and I applied the brakes, ABS kicked on. Oh, no, I should probably be paying attention a little bit more. It's a great tool in that aspect. It's definitely a safety measure. Traction control is the same thing. You shouldn't rely on traction control. You shouldn't rely on ABS. You shouldn't rely on all these things and be like, I can just do more because I have these. Quick little note. I know we're having fun here. This is a great thing about the live stream, everybody, is that that's what gets firefighters killed. Weird, huh? Not ABS, not traction control, but firefighters, they have such quality gear nowadays, the technology with the gear, like the turnout coat and the pants and everything, all the gear, it's so amazing. And so they rely on that gear and be like, I can stay inside a fire longer because the gear is better. That's what a lot of firefighters think that way. And so they stay in the fire longer and they do their stuff, which is great because you should want to be able to stay in the fire longer, especially if the gear is doing its job. You don't want to be getting kicked out of the house when you're trying to rescue someone because the gear sucks. So you stay in the fire longer. There's problems with that, though. One, you get more exhausted, more dehydrated, you possibly can get lost. Two, if the fire's been going long enough and it's in the attic, you have a chance of roof collapse, and it's because you stayed in longer. The fire keeps building, the fire keeps burning the attic trusses, and you possibly have a roof collapse because you stayed in longer when you could have just left, when you should have left. It gets a lot of firefighters in trouble. It gets not in trouble like policies, but trouble as in like danger. It gets them in a lot of danger because of that. So gear is great. Gear and ABS and these rider aids and all these things are amazing, but people replace their training for technology. And since you replace your training for technology, when something bad does happen, you don't have the training involved. And guess what? The thing that bad happens is because the technology failed. So now you're left with nothing. So have both. Have both. Have good training, have good technology. Everyone's safer for it. A lot of people have the mentality of, oh, I have better technology, I don't need to do the training. And then technology fails and then you fail. And that's not good. It's kind of the same thing when it comes to the GLP, like those semaglutides and stuff for people to like lose weight. It's great. Okay, do your thing. You're going to lose muscle mass and bone density and some organ tissue with it too. All right. Don't rely on that because once you get off it, you're going to gain your weight back. You need the behavior of hard work and training. You might need to use it with it, but don't rely on the technology. You want to change the behavior behind it. So really, it's a behavior thing, if that makes sense. Discipline and behavior always. You have to work harder before you can work smarter. Everyone says work smarter, not harder. You have to be able to work harder before you can work smarter. And if you can work hard and smart, guess what? You're doing better than the people only working smart. You're doing better than people only working hard. That's what I'm trying to teach here. I'm trying to teach everybody to work hard and smart. Smart riders. I'm trying to make smart riders with good discipline. All right. Great question, real Colorado culture. Great question. I like it when you guys ask like those questions right when I'm able to see them, and then I can just go off. I wish I could record some of these things, but guess what? That's part of the deal with the live stream is that you guys get to see it. So make sure you share with your friends that we do these live streams, and they should just show up and give themselves a pizza or a donut, and they get to hear some life advice. And I love it when you guys share your own life advice in there too. You guys like to, that's what I love, seeing all the green. You guys see all the green? Here's what I see. All the green. Look at all these beards too. Beautiful beards. All the green. Those are all members, YouTube members. It's only $1 a month. And you guys answer a lot of questions while I'm doing the class. I have no problem with you guys talking during class. You guys can talk during class. Help each other out. That's the whole point. Teaching and mentoring. Love it. Love it. Smash that like, guys. Exactly, Ivan. You can chew gum in class. That's fine. Just make sure you spit it in the trash can. Okay? Spit it in the trash can. All right, here we go. We have 2 more videos. We're already 2 hours into this. It's going to be a 3.5-hour stream. Yeah, just make sure you're muted, Juanita. Exactly. Juanita, you're not number 1 anymore. You're not a top fan anymore. Crockett took over. Oh, no. A beer and a fatty. I stopped. I'm going to stop drinking for a while. I'd love to have a beer. Yeah, don't put it under the table because it's glass. It's a glass table. That's gross. How you doing, Ragnaus the Gray? How you doing? All right, guys, we're going to jump into this one. Once again, if you're just now joining, there is a sale. It's the link at the top of the chat. It doesn't start till August 31st. It ends on September 7th, 22% off for Ricardo Pack Talk. It's the best sale that they really do. So there's that. And then also 20% off of this. Let me go ahead and put that in the description too. 20% off the Smart Rider drills. I'll put that in the description. So you might have to refresh if you really want that. There we go. I took it out because I just wanted the Cardo thing, but we're doing both. All right. We're going to jump into this video. Let's take, it says intro. Does he have an intro? No. Okay. They don't do intros anymore. All right. 3, 2, 1. What is up, everybody? Dan and the Fireman here. We got a MotoStars video. Let's go and take a look at this first video. We're going to be going over the plan method. We're going to be learning a lot. So, casual rider with a Y.
Important to stay cautious on gravel. If
all right, here we go. Sharp left turn. You see the chevrons.
Probably have
we're going to turn right.
Pleasant moments.
Oh, gravel. Look at all that gravel. It's hard to see, but if you can see it ahead of time, there's things you can do, and that's what we're going to talk about a little bit here. And it even says fresh oil on the sign. So they're probably doing road repairs. So be careful with that. But we're going to talk a little bit about it. He's got crash guards. He's doing fine there, so his bike's going to do fine. Fresh oil and stone. There it is. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, it should have been right there. It really should have been on that corner. It should have been right there, not back behind the trees. Okay, because you got people turning right, and they don't do that because they don't think of motorcyclists. Motorcyclists need that information. Okay, so we're coming up to here. Let's take a look.
If the sign had been placed correctly, the rider would probably have.
Okay, so you see, it's YouTube compression. It's a video. I'm trying to do the best I can here. Look at the color of this road versus that road. It's a little different, right? So it's almost the same thing as going from asphalt to a dirt road. It's a different color. It's a different color. So when you see something like that, slow it down. So you see how he's coming in at an angle like this? So I paused it here for a reason, but it's definitely a different color. If I saw that different color and I can observe, because I'm pointing out, I'm locating hazardous situations, is this a relevant threat? You see how you start going through that thought process of like, that's weird. When I do that, that's weird, I slow down. I pause, I think. It could be a fight in a relationship. It could be, you get, an emotional reaction to something. Pausing is usually the best thing you do. We all fail at it. But same thing here when it comes to riding on the road. If I see something like, that's weird. I'm traveling, so I can't really pause. I can slow down, though. And so what I'm going to do, here's my pen right here. So anyways, I'm coming up, and I'm going to slow it down and then take it as straight as possible. So I'm slowing down, slowing down, slowing down, slowing down, slowing down, slowing down. Nice, tight turn on. So if we come in from this angle, we're turning in the gravel. I want to turn on the road. I don't want to turn on the gravel because that's where we start having traction loss. And so you can use this not just for this situation, but you can use this for when you're going on asphalt to dirt, like an actual dirt road. Go slow it down when you have traction and then turn when you have traction, and then you can go when you have less traction. Don't go, and then slow down when you don't have as much traction and turn when you don't have as much traction. That's going to be a bad thing. That's not good. Because then you just lose traction. So no funds. No funds. Yeah, they should have moved the sign over there. So we're coming up to here. Moto Medusa. Oh, jeez. Pimp down. Why do we have so much money? Oh, was it one sec? Oh, we're gonna have to mute that. Remind me to mute that part because that's copyrighted music. All right, so she's riding over here. Bingo, I got action. All right, so she's using actually a Cardo Pack Talk Edge on her helmet. So right now, not right now, but August 31st to September 7th, there's a 22% off sale using the link in the description. Use my link. Use my code if it doesn't automatically go in the cart, DDTF. You get 22% off store wide, I believe, just not the like the lower end stuff, but at least on the Cardo Pack Talk Edge, that's what she's using right here. So go ahead and grab that. It's the best sale that you're going to get this year. But she's coming up to an accident. The reason why I want one of these is that if you do crash, you can tell your buddies, hey, I got into a crash. Or if you crash, you can actually talk to dispatch and call 911 yourself with your helmet on. So it's really nice. So she's coming up to a stop. There's the massive impact. There's nothing you could do about that. That car was not paying attention. It hit you. Now we're worried about lumbar issues. We're worried about whiplash on the head and the neck. Overall, pretty bad situation. Nothing she could have done. Nothing she could have done. Terrible. Pimp down. So now what do we do? Right? We want to check our bodies. We want to just go ahead and sit there for a little bit. We want to sit there for a little bit. We want to see, like, do we have any broken bones? Do we have any injuries? Let's pay attention real quick and then stand up. And then once we stand up, pause to see if our blood pressure drops or not. Because usually in a very high, like a high mechanism or a high stress environment, your blood pressure and your pulse rate and your breathing rate, your adrenaline's pumping, it can cause you to drop your blood pressure. And once that happens, if your blood pressure drops because you stood up, you're going to fall. Any of you guys ever stood up dehydrated before really quick and all of a sudden you got dizzy? You're like, oh, I'm good. Like if that happens after a crash like this and you do fall forward and you don't have a full face helmet, smash your face open. If you fall forward and you hit the back of your head, with a helmet or not, you're going to have a secondary concussion possibly, or your first one in this incident. So be careful. So once you stand up, pause, you're like, oh, I'm starting to feel dizzy. Sit yourself down. Sit yourself down before you fall down. All right, so we muted this. It's copyright music. We're going to do a nice little wheelie. Yeah, boy. And then we dump the bike and scratch ourselves up and get injured all over the place. Not good. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You see his foot? Hopefully that wasn't his foot. Oh, you can see the damage to the non-gear legs. Okay, so I want to see his foot. Please just be the shoe. Please just be the shoe falling off. If it's just the shoe falling off, it's a great reason why we wear full gear, because the shoe hopefully won't fly off. But regular shoes like this, where it's just flimsy on the sides, they could fly off. Now your feet are getting tore up. Now, if his foot is still like that, we have a broken or dislocated ankle. Quite possibly. So he's flop. See, that's what I saw. That's what I saw. That's not fun. That's what I really saw. I think his foot might be like that. I think his foot, let's see if he's walking, because he won't be able to walk. Oh, he's walking. So his foot, oh, no, he stumbled. Oh, his foot is like that. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, it's broken. He's hopping. He was hopping. He wasn't walking. So that also, those MX gloves don't do anything. Look at that. Let's get to it. So this, yeah, that's his foot. Oh no. Yeah, Horovac, it might be an open fracture. I mean, the tib fib doesn't break and shoot off like that. Especially at that angle, it would be shooting off like that, and his foot would be like that. I'm hoping that's just, oh damn, dude, I think that's his bone. So this video is going to get demonetized. So guys, make sure you check out Cardo Pack Talk Edges and the Pros. There's a sale, like I said, July 31st to the September 7th, 22% off. But also, if you want to practice your skills, go ahead and grab yourself the Smart Rider Motorcycle Training Drills. 24 drills in a parking lot. You only need 10 cones. There's a link in the description for 20% off for that. Also, because this video is not going to, it's going to demonetize now. Thank you, MotoStars. Let's take. I'm sorry, we're sticking on this one a little bit. Yeah, that's a bone. That's a bone. Yeah, that's his bone. All right, moving on. Here we go. 66, 67 miles an hour, whatever. All right, here we go. Cruising through. This is a pretty fast. Great swerve. Great swerve. That looks like the United States. I don't think this is a 60-mile-an-hour road. I'm going to go over. I'm just trying to see if there's a speed limit sign somewhere. No speed limit sign. We're going 68 miles per hour. It doesn't feel like we're going 68 miles per hour. It has to be kilometers per hour. So let's say 70 kilometers per hour. That's 43 miles per hour. That's about right. That's about right. So kilometers. Maybe it's Canada. I don't know. Anyways, we're moving through here. We're cruising at 70 kilometers an hour, 65 kilometers an hour. We see a vehicle pop out. You see how it's already kind of moving over to the right? That's very good. So he's planning his ride. He saw it. He located a hazardous situation. Is it a relevant threat? Yes, it is. We're going to have to navigate this active threat. So he's going to slow down. He's going to buy himself some time with progressive braking. Plan method, get out of the way. Progressive braking. He's going to slow it down, but he's not going to be able to stop in time because the space cushion is not good enough because we need a little bit more for the total stopping distance. Okay, cool. So we're slowing it down to buy ourselves some time. What are we buying ourselves some time for? Possibly an emergency swerve. We need to find that escape path. So he's buying himself some time to be like, where can I go? Okay, so good. He's already swerving. He bought himself some time. Now we swerved out of the way. Very good. Yeah, where is that? Somebody write in the comments where that license plate is. Because this is probably kilometers per hour. So he swerves, but oh crap, what do we have right here? We have a vehicle in our way. Not good. We got away from one, but we're going to crash into this one. So when it comes to swerving, it's not about just swerving and then keep going up into space. It's swerving and then swerving back. So you really have to practice the swerve and swerve back, okay? You really have to do that. It does say kilometers. Yeah, you're right. It does say kilometers per hour. Okay, so that's kilometers per hour. Very good. I was going to say it didn't look like 65 miles. All right, so he did good swerve. Even slowing down, not panicking, no rev bomb, no horn, no flipping them off. It's like, I got to get myself out of here. Swerve, swerve. Very good. So Cosmic Oddity, very good. Go ahead and grab yourself a slice of pizza. Enjoy the nice seat. Hog Rider BC, can you go ahead and grab him a Diet Coke? We only have Diet Cokes here, guys. But grab yourself a slice of pizza. Hit that like button if you want a slice of pizza yourself. And he did a nice little swerve with a slower speed to get himself out of there. Very good. Very good. Cosmic Oddity is here. It says, it's me. Learned a lot from you. Cosmic Oddity. I didn't know you were in here. Dude, come on. Hang out, man. Hang out. Enjoy yourself. Good save, dude. Good save. And here's another thing. For anybody that does watch this and I do a review of your video, it's perfectly fine if you want to go ahead and download the video or do a cut. You want to cut this part out and post it on your YouTube channel. I promise I will not copyright or do nothing like that. I want you guys to be able to showcase, the things that you did. And then if you want to showcase me talking about you, go ahead. You do qualify as a smart rider. You got full gear, right? You got full gear. Let's go ahead and put it up. You seeked and recognize and understands hazardous situations. You do, it's going to go away. Let's bring it back up. You did maintain your skills of the swerve. You have full gear. You didn't have to rescue anybody, so that's perfectly fine. Hopefully go ahead and take a Stop the Bleed class or something. But you're over here in class teaching and mentoring all of us. Appreciate that, dude. Good job. All right, here we go. Let's see if anybody else is a smart rider. Scenic route home. So we got a steamroller.
No idea the truck driver was about to make such a move.
Okay, what's going to happen here? What's going to happen
here? Away.
Here we go. Okay, nothing. Slow. Okay, slowing down. Nice brakes. Okay. Oh, crap. Can't Flintstone it back. Yeah, at that point, you hop off. That thing will run you over. Damn. That sucks. Good job. Good job hopping off. There was nothing you could have done there. Nothing you could have done there. Damn, that sucks, dude. All right, here we go. Going through a corner. Moto. Elderly couple turns into oncoming traffic near. Yeah, that happens.
Oh, what are you
That
doing?
happens. That happens.
Holy.
Old people will do that. The other car almost did it too. The other car was almost following. So that the white car, just like as a motorcyclist in a group ride, not riding his own ride, that car was not driving its own drive and was just following. Yeah. So elderly couple came onto here. So when you see headlights in front of you, that's a bad sign. Either you're on the wrong side of the road or they're on the wrong side of the road. And if that's the case, possible head on. So you have to, that is an active threat. You have to swerve and get yourself out of that. So doing this, okay, cool. But what happens if they decide, because they're not thinking, I'm going to do a quick U-turn to get out of here? Right? So when you see that, be like very cautious, slow it down, get as far away as possible. Do your head check to the right, get into the right lane. Get away from that, because they might not be thinking, obviously they're not thinking if they're turning into our oncoming traffic. They might not think and then want to do a U-turn all of a sudden. So be careful on that one.
What are you doing? Holy.
Yeah, just get out of there. Moto. There we go. So we have Sai. Okay. Going pretty fast here. Going really fast here. Oh, jeez. Not very smart. Oh, we hit a bump. Don't crash, 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 don't crash. I'm trying to put it out there. Hey, he didn't crash. So we watched Doodle on a motorcycle crash. Doing that. And what I mean by doing that, going from road to bridge. That's what I mean by that. That little bump. That little bump right there. Okay. I can't wait to see Yammy Noob's video on the Janus motorcycle. He freaking bought one. Good for him. But he's going, this person, it looks like 146 possible miles per hour. Not very smart. But the thing that Doodle put in her thing where it's like hitting the bump, you know, transitioning and all this stuff, caused the motorcycle gyrations, caused the speed wobble, cause it. Yeah, that's the case for this kind of situation where they're going extremely fast, hitting a bump, transitioning from one surface to another. All that stuff she wrote in her thing, which is what the person, the crash investigator wrote. That's for stuff like this. That's why I want to see what Yammy Noob has to say. And I loved his original video talking about the suspension and whatnot. But right here, hitting that bump. So how do we prevent this? Everyone wants me to talk about how to prevent this. How do you prevent a speed wobble when it happens? Well, how about we just prevent the speed wobble? How do we prevent the speed wobble? Maybe don't go 145 miles an hour. Yeah, a little caca on his pantalones. Yeah, how about we don't go this fast? You can prevent it. It's called a speed wobble for a reason. Very lucky that he was able to survive. Yeah, slow it down now. Yeah, check your bike. Watch out for that road surface hazard right there. You got a nice little alligator skin. Oh, that's a trash bag. Alligator skin. All right, sneaky right turn. Okay, we can't see around the turn. It's a line of sight issue. What do we got here? Nice little turn. We got a sharp left turn coming up ahead. What do we got here? Oh. Buddy crashed. So how do we rescue him? Remain calm, ensure your own safety. If he's bleeding anywhere, especially majorly, stop it. Oh, jeez. Insta 360. All right, so we're coming up to here. We're going to check them, see what's happening. Just take a seat, dog. Yeah, just take a seat. You don't know if your blood pressure is going to drop. You're going to hit your head. All right, very good. Okay, just moving on to Gilrick. Gilrick, go ahead and let's see what happens here, Gilrick.
Luckily, the rider walked away with.
We have a sharp right turn coming up ahead. Are you prepared for it? Let's find out.
Without any serious harm.
Let's find out. That wasn't that sharp. The people post these. Still, you always have to watch out. You never know if it is sharp or not. They did put a sign there. There's another sign right here. Sharp left turn. Let's see what happens here. This one might be sharper. The other one wasn't so sharp, but this one definitely was. Oh, shit. Hopefully you didn't hit the guardrail. Okay, so that was a slamming of the brakes. Oh, what the? All right, we're going over here. Okay. So what I say all the time when it comes to, hey, I see a sign. It says sharp left turn. You should be paying attention to it, first and foremost. Secondly, if you go through it and you're like, oh, that wasn't so bad, and then you see another sign that says sharp right turn or whatever, oh, this one's going to be just as easy as the last one, so I can go the same speed as I did the last one, or actually go faster because I could have went faster on the last one, so I'm going to go faster on this one. It's a different turn. You don't know if it's going to be sharper or not. You don't know if you can go the same speed or not. Treat every single turn as if it's its own thing. Hey, it says sharp left turn. I'm going to do it slow. Oh, I could have went a little bit faster. Not a big deal. Okay, cool. Hey, we have a sharp right turn coming up. I'm going to slow it down. Oh, I could have went a little bit faster. Or it's a sharp right turn. Oh, I'm glad I didn't go as fast as I thought I could because this was a sharper turn. Treat every single one as a different thing. Okay? So, not like this guy. Not like this guy. So we're going through here, right?
Luckily,
that's why I was pointing it out. That's why I always point out sharp right turn. I was like, oh, maybe we should slow it down. We get up through the turn. Like, oh, this isn't a sharp right turn. This is easy. I'm going to go same speed or faster on, because I can handle it. That was easy. So I see a sharp left turn coming up ahead. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and do the same speed. Not going to make an adjustment. Oh, crap. It's actually a lot sharper than I thought it would be. They even have extra signs saying it's sharp. I'm panicking now. Oh, crap. Oh, no, it's too fast. I need to slow down. But how do I slow down fast? Bam! Slam that front brake. Take each turn slow than you think you need to. You can add speed later. I get it. Get advanced training, learn trail braking, go ahead and take track days. You learn how to take these corners faster so you can have better skill set so that you can take these faster, blah, 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 blah. That's fine. Do it. Please go get extra training. I never say don't get extra training. What I'm trying to get at here is that if you're tired from a long day or you are a beginner rider, maybe your training isn't there yet, or you are too tired to remember to do the training. Okay? Just like driving when you're tired, you get suckier. If you're riding and you're tired, you're going to get suckier. If you're a brand new rider, you don't even have the skill. So just start off slowly and then add more after. Because you're going to hit that guardrail right there. And if you instantly stop on a guardrail like that, that guardrail's not moving. You're going to get cut in half. You ever see car drivers? You ever hear about it? Teenagers specifically, after prom night, after graduation, on a Friday or Saturday. The reason why I say this is because I've been on these calls. They wrap their car around a telephone pole. You ever hear those stories? Have you ever seen that in real life? I have. They're dead. The car is wrapped, metal wrapped. What do you think flesh does? I don't want a mistake to be a reason why all your family show up in black. All right. Is he moving? All right. Oh, jeez. Here we go. Oh, why did she crash? Oh, she didn't crash. Why did that happen? Where are we going here? Why did that happen? Somebody not paying attention, guys. It always happens that way. Let's go back. He started Flintstoning. You see that? See the legs pop down? Oh, crap. I don't like it. Legs started popping down. Don't like it. Crashed the bike. She kept it upright. That's pretty good, though. Very impressed with that. Usually that causes them to fall down. Wear full gear. You're not going to protect your braids. You're not going to protect that or your arms. You don't want to rip all that stuff off. Wear full gear, please. He's doing fine. He's walking. He's a little hand injury, not a big deal. But why did that happen? Look at that vehicle sideways in the car, in the roadway. Probably did that. Everyone slammed the brakes. He couldn't stop in time. Boom, hit. Right? Look at that car. Dumb drivers causing issues, man. Dumb drivers. Hopefully he's fine. She's probably got a little trauma kit there. That's very nice. Double checking, making sure. All right, here we go. Riding around. Why? Oh, what the? Oh, mirror fell off. Okay. Now it's gonna be hard to check your mirror on the left side because it's not there no more. We're like, what the heck happened there? Gotta tighten it up a little bit, that's all. Got a little tighten it up. Oh, it looks like it straight up broke off. Yeah, it looks like it straight up broke off. Nothing you can do about that. Have fun drilling that out. Oh, jeez. There we go. Saucy Sauce. How you doing, Saucy Sauce? We're gonna do a left turn. We're gonna low side, aren't we? Yeah, we're gonna low side, aren't we? And ooh, we didn't. What about this way? We're gonna low side. There it is. There it is. Why did we low side, Saucy Sauce? I mean, look at the. What are we in Australia? Are we upside down over here? We're leaning pretty hard, and these roads are a little wonky. So if we're leaning pretty hard, we're gonna get our tire right on the edge of that traction, and then boop, fall down. Why do we need to lean so far? Because I mean, when I do the Smart Rider drills, I mean, I don't really need to lean that far, especially if I'm going super slow, which you can grab in the store right now for 20% off. Link in the description if you want to grab 24 drills that you can do in a parking lot. I'm designing some that you can do in your neighborhood streets. But I don't even have to lean that far because I'm going slow. It's slow speed drills, right? I don't want you going slow here, but you can just go the speed limit. You're probably not going to have to lean as far. So let me guess, you're probably going a little faster than the speed limit, or you're going the speed limit and you think it's fun and cool to lean super far. Yeah, because it feels good, right? Well, it feels good. You're taking risks. You're having fun. Adrenaline's going, but you put yourself at too high of a risk and possibly crash. Imagine if the road had a little bit of gravel. Imagine if there might have been oil you didn't see. Imagine if there's a leaf. Imagine if the wind knocked you over just a little bit. Yeah, maybe you tapped the little brakes a little too much. Yeah, so don't take the risks. A little low side, lean super far. Thankfully, there's no oncoming traffic other than other motorcyclists panicking, possibly dying themselves. It's fun, I get it. Got it, good jickets. I don't know how you say that, but there we go. Wolf's drain plug after it hit my visor. Uh-oh. Well, okay. Well, you don't know it's the drain plug yet, but if it's his oil drain plug, what do you think is going all over the floor, guys?
Oh my God!
Watch out for the oil. Look at the oil on the ground now.
Something smacked my face.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at his tire. Look how shiny that rear tire is. He's very lucky that he didn't just eat it. He's very lucky because we talk about traction loss. And if oil's on the ground, I'm worried about this guy hitting the oil, but his tire is just caked in it. So he's very lucky. So if all of a sudden you get a little squirrely on that rear tire, don't slam that rear brake. Pull off as best you can and use some front brake. Because that rear tire is not going to have traction.
No, I think it's bike, bro.
Went down in it.
It smacked. Luckily, I had my visor down. It smacked me dead center. Look. Yeah.
And that is why we require and use personal protective equipment, specifically full face helmets. Guys, do not get a half helmet. Don't look like an idiot with just a hat, a little half helmet. Don't get a 3/4 helmet. I had a Bell Custom 500. I had a few of them. I love them. They look amazing. They're great for the wall. Don't wear them because you're not protecting your face. You're not protecting your face. You're only protecting your skull, which is great. But if your face is ripped off, doesn't matter. Don't get a modular helmet and leave it up. Because now it's a 3/4 helmet. Leave it down. So now it's a full face helmet. Okay, guys? Keep it as a full face helmet. Exactly, Car Geek. So modulars. Don't ride with it up. Ride with it down. You can pop it up at stoplights. That's fine. Get a breather. You can pop it off when you're getting more fuel, or you're going inside the store. You get a drink of water. You can keep the helmet on, listen to your music, all that stuff. That's perfectly fine. Great for parking lot exercises. Great for that. But don't ride with it up when you're riding at speed. No half helmets. No 3/4 helmets. If you're going to do a modular, put it down. Full face helmets, guys. Full face helmets with the visor down, so you have protection. If you have the visor up, wear good glasses. Good glasses, the ones that are like ANSI or something like that, that will help with projectiles and whatnot. But even then, you're going to get stuff on your cheeks. Cheeks. I don't know. I'm losing my brain cells. We're 2.5 hours in the live streams right now.
Yeah.
I can hit in the gas and it just
Yeah.
what the
Thankfully, we've had some good videos of people actually doing some good stuff. So I'm really
In this
happy
clip,
about
we
that.
see some
But
really
let's see what
strict behavior
happens
from
here,
the
everybody.
driver. First, he tried to slow the rider down, and when the rider attempted
Okay,
to pass,
I don't
he
like this
deliberately
position.
sped up.
Don't like the position. Be off to the sides, because idiots like to reverse. We saw that. Okay, we're moving over. Open lane pattern. We want to go into open lane. Oh, we were about to cut off the Mercedes. Hey, doesn't motorcycles rev bomb or honk the horn too? So why are we getting mad? You see how the motor... Let's go ahead and flip the script. I love switching frame of minds, and I know this is going to be a long video already, but when a car driver cuts us off and we honk the horn, we feel like we're in the right, and we wonder why it escalates. We never get to understand what the car driver's going through in their mind, right? Right? They cut us off, and then like, why are they mad? Well, we just cut this car off, and then we get mad. So just think. Is it a human behavior? Yeah, it's hypocritical too, right? The best thing you can do is just regulate your emotion. But when you start to see this hypocritical behavior, it should not be like, we shouldn't condemn people for having the hypocritical behavior. We should enlighten them to their hypocritical behavior. Be like, hey, when you do it, you get upset. When I do it, I get upset, but I try not to make it a big deal. I try to regulate my emotion. But the simple fact that you're getting upset should be an understanding of, hey, maybe you should work on that. Okay? Being a hypocrite, you're expecting others to do something different than what you do. That means a lack of integrity. And everyone wants to have integrity. So you have a lack of it. You're showcasing a lack of it right now, which means that you should work on that. Not that you're a piece of shit. I try not to cuss. It means you're not a bad person. It means that you have a lack of it and it's something you can work on. Just like skills. Hey, you keep having close calls. You're not a bad driver per se or bad rider per se. It's you have a lack of skill set. So how about you work on your skill set so you have less close calls? Don't shame people. Sometimes it works. But for the most part, I come from a position of, hey, you made a mistake, you did something, your behavior is dictating it, you have a lack of this. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. It means that there's something to improve on. Improve. A lot of people don't want to do that. In terms of they don't want to improve. They just want the world to be perfect. So go improve your skills. Motorcycle training drills, 24 of them. Go practice 20% off. Link in the description. Practice your skills, practice your emotional regulation, practice and understand that these are reflections. You get reflections. The world will tell you that you're not doing a good job. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It means that you could do better. I don't know. Too many victims out here. Does that make sense? How else are you going to grow? If you think you're right all the time, how are you going to grow if you think you're always right? Yeah, 636J, doing some wheelies and doing some turns, having some fun. 636J. This is probably a road that nobody drives on. It's probably like a closed. He probably went around some barriers to get here, so there's nobody there. Great. Practice. Have fun. You're not doing it in traffic. You're not doing it in a group ride, causing other people crash. I'm pretty sure you're about to crash. We're not seeing it yet, but this is why I have no problem against this. Stunters, have fun. You have more skill than most motorcycle riders. You have more skill than me on a motorcycle. Stunters, you have more control over the bike than I do because you guys are doing some crazy stuff on one wheel. So enjoy it, have fun, do it in a safe, low-risk environment. Videotape it, record it. Don't do it on open streets when there's pedestrians, little kids, cars. You have a bunch of issues. That's I think that's the middle ground I think you and I can come up with. I think. Let's see what happens. Okay. Not a big deal. Got crash protection. You're protecting your investment. You're practicing your skills. I love it. All right, here we go. Watch out for that. Good job. When in doubt, throttle out with the soft sand. I'm telling you. Stay in the grooves. Don't try to hop on that middle part. Oh, yeah. It happens. I've done it a few times on the Harley Sportster when I was taking off-road. You guys remember those Saturday Scramblers? I wish I could do those again. I don't have a bike for it. Oh, geez. What do we got here? Okay, so Cali King Racing Team. I love how it's an alliteration, but here's the thing. You're on a road. You're on a public road. What's going on here? Oh, we on fire. Okay, pull over. All right, lane splitting. Shadow Riser. Okay, somebody's coming in. You did a good job applying the brakes. They're cutting off cars. Imagine what they're going to do to you. No, don't do that. Shadow Riser. I love your helmet. AGVs are great helmets. I think you spent all of your motorcycle budget, your gear budget on the helmet. Get a jacket. Get some pants. Those are probably just MX gloves. Get some motorcycle boots. So if you want to, go ahead and take a seat, grab a slice of pizza. We'll pay for your food budget for a little bit with these pizzas so that you can save up for full gear. Okay? All right. Do you think he meant this? I don't know. What's with the arm thing? I was leaning towards, it's like UPF. It's like a sun protectant type of clothing, but then now you're getting a reverse farmer's tan. Oh, it has armor on it. Okay, it has armor on it. Oh, we want to fight? You want to fight a rabbit? We won't fight rabbits. Those things are vicious. Oh, now it multiplied. Rabbits will multiply. Watch out now. Watch out. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, that's a big rabbit. Okay. I wish I had hair. You got good hair, dude. Full beard. It's dark. Looks like it's well groomed. No homo. Let's get out of here. Let's just get out of here. There's no point. Watch out. Watch out. Get out of here. Get your camera on sideways so you're doing some TikToks. You like those TikToks, buddy? You're gonna film it in vertical. 9x16. Nice little group ride, having some fun. You see the different group rides, mob rides versus this? Everyone's riding staggered. So real quick, everyone's riding staggered. This guy, I would maybe a little bit more of a space cushion, but it's still staggered, right? If he has to swerve because there's a road surface hazard in front of him, he swerves, doesn't hit us. The reason why I want a bigger space cushion is because if he swerves and applies the brakes a little bit, we could hit them. But everyone's staggered. Nobody's like, oh my God, I'm losing my brain cells. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. We're doing the live stream right now. I'm losing my brain cells. I'm having too much fun right now. I'm a little bit sick. The Dayquil hasn't kicked in because I didn't take any today. But here, all right, let's see what happens. We got a tractor. Okay, so he's a road surface hazard here. So this is if we were staggered, he could have went to the left. We were staggered, we could have went to the left. You know what I mean? This is why you guys talk on your Cardo Pack Talk edges and be like, hey, we got a dumb tractor in the way. We're falling behind. Grab yourself a Cardo Pack Talk Edge or the Pro. There's a sale going on between August 31st and September 7th for 22% off. Link in description for that. Grab it then. I don't know when this video is coming out. We'll wait till the 31st to the 7th. Okay. All right. All the fun of driving. Uh-oh, we're in a car. Are we going to see a motorcyclist act like an idiot? Oh, please don't. You have a passenger. Whoa. Is this like a motorcycle club? I watched this car not check. Blind spot almost took them out. They made a point and it was the correct one. I don't know. Didn't check the blind spot and now we're going to do this. I don't know. I don't think it's the correct one. I think it's you kind of let it go. I mean, brake checking a car in the rain with a passenger? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. It looks like it's the last video. We got all the way over there. So let's see what happens here. Nothing. Hopefully nothing happens. Please, nothing happen, please. Okay, thank you, Motorstory. Looks like this guy's surfing on a motorcycle. But with that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe. I'll see you guys on the next live stream, but hopefully none of you guys act like idiots when you're riding, okay? There's links in the description for all those discount stuff, all right? I'll see you guys later. Oh my gosh. How long was it? I don't even remember how long that video was, but we got another one. We got another one. They don't even, like they don't even know what they did. Motogaga, we have some pizza. There is some donuts in the crew lounge. And I sent your challenge coin a little while ago, but since you're international, I don't know how long it takes to get there. Did it show up yet? Because a lot of the other people got theirs. I haven't been on Discord in a while. I need to get back on. You received it? Yes. Hey, look at that. I sent it a while ago too. Do you like it? They're fun. They're little challenge coins. I make them expensive on the store on purpose, so when I send them out as like prizes, I still have plenty. All right, so I'm challenging you. Do you have your challenge coin on you? Do you have your challenge coin on you? I got my challenge coin. If you don't have it on you, you owe me a slice of... Oh, I already got... I guess I already paid for the slice of pizza. Okay, never mind. You love it? Good. Good. Sorry, I got a little stuffy. Little stuffy mucuses. Little mucuses. U.S. Census Bureau. Oh, jeez, I gotta do another survey. A business trends and outlook survey. Due date reminder. Oh, shut up. Gotta do this survey for the government. Well, ask my friend to 3D print a frame for it. Oh, very cool. If you do that, I would love to see what that looks like. I would love to see what that looks like. That's pretty cool. If you guys want to get a challenge coin, we have them on the store, but like I said, I make them expensive on purpose so that I have a ton left so I can hand them out as prizes. But if you want one yourself, because the whole point of a challenge coin is you're supposed to be given one. I guess if you buy it, I send, you saw the, let me go grab it. One second, let me grab it. So the whole point is that you're supposed to be given a challenge coin because it's something you accomplished and whatnot. So if you buy it, it kind of defeats the purpose. And so what I do is that when you buy a challenge coin, I send you a DDFM Crew pledge. So you have, I hope you pledge that you become a smart rider. So therefore, I think it's kind of like good. All right, Dan is on something today. I am on something today. It's not, I don't know if it's lack of sleep. I went to bed at 8:30-ish. Oh, there was a shooting at a Catholic's. Damn. Yeah, I get updates. I'm on the safety team for my church, and so like I already knew that there was a shooting at one of the Catholic places. I still, it was just happened a little while ago, so I want to look at updates. I've been doing the live stream for 2.5 hours now. But I get updates on the safety team because that's our job when we're on the safety team, to hopefully stop an active shooter. And if we can't, we're there to help the people that are victims. So I take like I'm standing watch on a certain spot. I have my name on all the boards in the classroom so they can call. I have a radio and all these other things. So once again, just like what we're doing here for motorcycles, is that we're doing after action reviews of crashes and close calls so we can have learning lessons. I also do the same thing when it comes to the church, and it's like, there's been an active shooter. This is a great lesson. It sucks that it happened. It's a great lesson that what we should be doing, what we should be prepared for. And so we need to develop the skill set. So this in September, I'm going to be not hosting, they're hosting it, but I'm participating. But I'm going to be doing a refresher on tourniquets with the safety team. We have a safety team meeting, so I'm hosting like a 15 to 20 minute refresher on tourniquets. And so it sucks. We're going to, but fail at not speeding. You love speeding, don't you, Hog Rider? The victims are children. Yeah, I want to do a quick lookup. Let's see. What's this? Catholic. Minneapolis. 2 children dead. 17 people injured. An 8 and a 10-year-old killed. Why? It happened during morning mass. I heard that they had it was a specific day for like a school thing. Like the school was showing up to do mass. That sucks. It happened in Minneapolis. Jeez, I can't speak. 8-year-old and 10-year-old killed, 17 others hurt. Which the gunman died. It's self-inflicted. Okay. Well, he's not going anywhere nice after that. Armed with a rifle, shotgun, and pistol. Yeah. Horrible. Horrible. Yeah, I mean, it's not the guns. I believe everyone has the right to have a gun. It's the person. Gun's a tool. The motorcycle's a tool. Let's bring it back. Gun's a tool. Motorcycle's a tool. You can ride safely or you can ride recklessly. You can use the firearms for protection, for hunting, whatever it is you want to do. But you can also use it to kill people. You see how it's like this side, but I'm in the middle? It's the person. It's the person. That person was a very deranged, evil person. So, yeah. Why not have tanks? I would love to have a tank. I want a fighter jet. How cool would that be? It'd be expensive. I think we should have everything. Honestly, I do. I think we should have everything. Other than nukes. Nukes are bad. I think that's a little too much. Explosives can get a little nutty. There's some... You'd have people doing demo to houses with an explosive. Oh, you're sarcastic? It is the guns? Okay. Well, that's your... Horovac, you and I disagree on a lot of things, but it's good to have you here. It's good to have. We can always disagree. It is what it is. As a Brit, Poland, yeah, it is what crazy stuff happens. Crazy stuff happens in the world. What was it? There's talking about not empathy fatigue, but like our brains are not wired to know this much about the world. We're only really wired to know like what's happening with our tribe of people and the tribes next to us. And life gets a lot harder when you're having to like get worried about a lot. You know what I mean? A piece of Reese, how you doing? But there's good and bad that comes out of it. You get to learn a lot and you get to learn a lot. If that makes sense. So it is what it is. It sucks. Now let's talk about abortion rights. No, I'm just kidding. Let's go. Don't, guys. Guys, hey, I'm going to take the pizzas away if we keep this going. I'm going to take the pizza away. Actually, you know what? Bring bring more pizza. That way we're eating and our mouths are shut. Let's bring more pizza in. Hog Rider, can you grab more pizza? In fact, bring the pizza and the donuts. We'll put the donuts in the back. Bring more so we're eating and we're not talking anymore. I will talk about warning. MotoStars does not promote or endorse any illegal activities. Okay. All right. It's purely educational, entertaining. That's what we're trying to do. No one was harmed in the video except for the guy with his ankle shooting out the side. Yeah, Can't Stand Still. All right, welcome back, Can't Stand Still. I love the gray beard. Moto Gaga with the gray beard. Let's go ahead and throw some out there. Horvath, I'd love to have you here, dude. I know we've already disagreed on a few things in the past, but I love having you here. There you go. We got some more in there. Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's a cop-out. We're going to have some fun here. Let's just have some fun. Let's go ahead and chat a little bit. It's not a cop-out. I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. That's really what it is. So I just gave a quick opinion, if that makes sense. I do agree with you that we have brains, and being human means you have a duty to think above the things you don't feel either. Morality is far above. Yes, I believe morality is definitely above feelings. That's why we have a discipline to pause when, let's say, we get angry or we get like something happening, so that we don't act on that behavior and cause damage and destruction. So yeah, morality and what defines, us. Why do we pause in the first place? Some people, I know we've disagreed on this before. Some people have the Christian ethics and morality so that they pause. Some people have, maybe the philosophical reasons or whatever the reasons are to pause. I think that's a blessing. I think that's good. And so, yeah, I just didn't want to go too heavily into that, but you and I always have these great conversations. So this is definitely something we could do it. And we can spend a lot of time on that. That's why I like having you here. I'm used to people disagreeing with me. There's not a single community where I don't stick out like a sore thumb. It's same here. I agree. I find here's the thing, Horvath, and this is why I think you and I. Yeah, no, it's not. It's both of us. We both have different opinions. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with me. Unless you go to Minneapolis and shoot freaking 19 people. I like to find, I think this is what you do too, is that we like to find what we agree on. I think we both have the foundation of we want to ride safely, right? Hey, there's good. We found something to agree on, right? And then we have disagreements because we have different life experiences, different cultures, different everything. And the whole point is to listen to those different opinions because you can learn from those different opinions. How are you going to learn from the same opinion, right? How are we going to learn other than refreshers if we talk about riding safe? But if we have different opinions on things, and I'm using you, Horvath, you know this. I'm using you as an example because everyone's listening to this. And hopefully people can learn from this too. Is that if we have disagreements, a different of opinion, that's really what it is. A different of an opinion is that we can learn from those different opinions and perspectives without feeling shame. There's the feelings versus the morality, right? And the discipline. So if we can hear these different opinions, then we can learn different things and grow. We don't have to agree with it. We don't have to live it out. We don't have to change our behavior specifically because somebody else has a different opinion. But we can at least listen, and maybe even combine. Here's the great thing. This is something that I think relationships, good friendships, a good partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever it is. If you have two different opinions, it's one thing to stay different opinions. That's where arguments happen. Is that here's my opinion, here's a different one. How do we find common ground? Possibly come up with a new opinion that we both can be comfortable with, or we can just agree to disagree, if that makes sense. And so being able to combine ideas is what keeps things moving and growing. And I think a lot of people want to stay stuck in these different ideas. For me, whenever it comes to let's agree to disagree, it's like, oh, you have a great opinion. Thanks for sharing that. I appreciate that. And then I don't say anything. I disagree, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, cool, thank you. And then I change subject or I don't even talk about it anymore. But when it's like, hey, how can we find common ground? I think this would be great if we learned. And those are the kinds of people you want to be around. And that's what we're here for. So, but it's not a cop-out. See how I can keep it going if I really wanted to. Hog Rider, the after the ride stuff, like I'm so focused on, I really want to. I'm so focused on this new Smart Rider training manual that by the time 5 p.m. rolls around my time, I'm exhausted. And yeah, so it's just tired. I'm just tired for the after the ride. I think once I get the priorities done, which is the Smart Rider training manual and getting these videos and whatnot, I'm able to start expanding back into the after the ride. When I started the after the ride, I was able to, I didn't have as much going on. But I want to get back into it because these are great conversations to have. I think these are great. You keep reminding us that this is a great after the ride topic. One second. Guys, we're fine. We're going to jump into it. This is part of the stream. This is why, guys, the stream is about community. That's why we have this sweet classroom that nobody sits up front. It's weird. And we have pizzas and everything. We have the crew lounge and everything. But this is why we do the stream. We get to chat here and there. We all have different opinions. Imagine if we were all in a motorcycle club together. We're all in a motorcycle club together and we're all having a good time. We have little chats here and there around a bonfire and whatnot, you know. And then when it comes to the videos, obviously nobody sees this stuff other than watching the stream. And so then, boop, the videos are just the videos. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now, my girlfriend is asking me to pull the meat out of the freezer to defrost it. I think we've all were kids when our parents were telling us to take out the meat out of the freezer, and then we didn't do it, and they get home, and now we're freaking out and getting our butt beat. I don't think she's going to beat me, but I'm going to be a good boyfriend. I'm going to take the meat out of the freezer, and I'm going to come back, and we're going to go ahead and talk about this video coming up. You guys good with that? All right. Horvath, you're fine. You're fine. I love it. You guys. I enjoy all of you. I really do. None of this bothers me. I think it actually makes the stream better, and I grow from it, answering a bunch of questions and sharing my opinion. And I'm very thankful and grateful that you guys are willing to hear me. That means a lot. You guys are sharing your time with me. Time is a finite resource, and you're willing to share it with me, and I love that. And I'm willing to share it with you. It makes us. We're going to go, Harry. We're going to go. I know you're counting down, Harry. I get it. You don't have to count down anymore. I'm going to grab some meat out of the freezer, and then I'm going to start, all right? A piece of Reese, it's okay. Let's grab a slice of pizza. I'll be right back. Don't leave, Harry. I like you. All right. Here we go. You want it, Car? You want it? I ran out of beer. I can make you a White Russian. Add a little rum chata to it. Ooh wee. Got some half and half. Mm-hmm. Stay, Harry. We're gonna start. A White Russian. All right. Go into the captain's lounge, and it's right next to the bedside. We got some glasses there. I got some tall ones and little ones. You can have it. We got ice in the machine if you want some of that. I'm gonna start the class. You go ahead and make one. Make me one. I did pull the meat. It only took me a couple seconds. Have fun with that one. But we're gonna jump into this, and we're gonna hit that record button pretty soon over here. In 3, 2, 1. What is up, everybody? Dan and the Fireman. Pause. This is a MotoStars video. We're going to be going over some crashes and close calls. We're going to go over the plan method. We're going to see what happens, how it happens. There's crashes, but But let's see how it happens. He's going 0 miles per hour. It's insane how he's able to do that. But let's see what he's going to do, and we can learn from it.
We are starting with the rider whose problems with the bike turn out to be really serious.
Oh, he does have some problems with that bike.
From severe consequences.
Hopefully it doesn't lock up. Oh, it kind of did. I have a feeling that rear tire locked up, and it lost traction. There's a mechanical issue somewhere here.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah, so it's like, what happened? We don't really know. So the rear tire probably locked up. Okay, so maybe the engine oil kind of like was getting all messed up, because look at the rear tire. The rear tire would not be that slick from oil unless they rolled it. Okay, maybe they rolled it. We're trying to diagnose it. Okay, we're going through the program here. So more than likely that rear tire locked up right at the end, and that's what caused him to fishtail and fall down. It's a mechanical issue, so if that does happen, this is why we wear full gear, just in case we don't have full control over a random mechanical issue. Might have hit something on the road, caused an issue with the bike, dumped the bike. It could have been he took off knowing full well he had an engine or some type of issue with the bike and still went. That's kind of on his fault, but we don't know that. So this just kind of explains why, some people crash, and if you crash, hopefully you got full gear so you can protect your body. Overall, it sucks. We're going to move on.
नहीं इसमें ऑयल या तो पीछे आया है
All right. Oh, hey. I'd rather do that than crash into the car. Okay, so we're going a little too fast. Now, I have my phone GPS on, I have my phone on the dash right here, Rockform, 20% off. We got a few sponsors here, but 20% off, link in the description. I have my phone right there just for the GPS so I could see where the turns are coming up. Just kind of like if you're driving really fast on GTA or some type of racing simulator, you know what's coming up. So it's a sharp turn coming up, so you can slow down, prepare for it, along with the signs. It's great. So anyways, we're going a little too fast in the corner, though, here. We're going a little too fast, maybe trying to keep up with their buddy up there. Not riding our own ride. Maybe you should tell your buddy, here's the extra discount here. Tell your buddy, hey, you're going a little too fast and I'm not be able to keep up. So you can only tell them that if you have a Pack Talk Edge or something. There's a link in the description because there's a sale going on right now, August 31st to September 7th for 22% off. That's the most you're going to get all year. With my normal link, you only get 10%. So 22% is a huge sale. It's the Labor Day sale. Use code DDTF. It should automatically do it, though, if you use the link in the description. That way you can tell them, hey, dude, you're going too fast. I'll meet you at the next exit. I'll meet you here. I know the directions where we're supposed to go. I'll meet you at the coffee shop. I'll meet you wherever we're going. Or slow down. Okay, this is a little too fast. Maybe I'm tired and my brain's not working. So can you slow down a little bit so I can keep up? Whatever it is, don't feel guilty about that. But if we're going too fast and we're going towards the car, he did a good evasive maneuver, okay? Navigated an active threat. He kind of put himself in that position, but there's a car there. He did swerve to the left. He found some grass. Thankfully, there's grass, not a freaking cliff or a guardrail. So he got lucky. I'd rather fall here than go head on into a car. So he did the best of what he could. But how do we prevent that in the first place? Slow it down. Slow it down. He's got full gear. All right, here we go. Traffic. This is what we do here. Okay, this is crazy traffic. Oh, his pee-pee's gonna hurt a little bit. So this is definitely not the United States. A little chaotic here in this country or wherever this is at. This is why I like having road rules, because people tend to follow them, so you are kind of aware of what is gonna happen. There's always just going to be that one person kind of sneaking out and going crazy, but here it looks like that's the way of life. So you have to be super careful, on edge all the time. And then we hit the ground. There's a nice little butt in the air, but his pee-pee's going to hurt because he hits that gas tank because he slides across the top. Oh, so in countries like this or scenarios like this, you are basically in survival mode all the time. And that's one thing I really, like I said, about at least America, at least where I ride and drive and all that stuff, is that I'm not in survival mode all the time. I can actually relax a little bit and focus on the anomalies, not crazy. Sucks. All right, here we go. We're riding around, having some fun. This dude is not applying the brakes whatsoever. What was he thinking? You gotta apply the brakes, dude. Not the horn. Oh my gosh. What an embarrassment. We need a thumbnail. Okay, so the horn's not going to do anything. It's not going to stop you. It's not going to do anything for them. You know what's going to work? Progressive braking pressure. Now, he might be a tourist. He never rode a motorcycle. They probably didn't need him to have an endorsement or anything like that. So this is what you can do. Once again, we have multiple things here. Smart Rider drills, 24 drills. You can practice your braking, practice your slow speed maneuvers, 24 of them. There's a QR code of me doing it. So you can have a demonstration. There's my time right there for each one. So try to beat my time if you really want to. And it comes with a digital download, so you can have it on your phone on your dash. And you can actually practice, and you know what to do with your hands. This guy does not know what to do with his hands. Doesn't know how to ride. Now it's just nonsense. Here we go, having some fun. Low-sided on, ooh. What a freak accident hitting his back. It looks like he didn't hit his back too hard. The bike took most of it, but man, there goes your spine. We don't, okay, that's the body angle. This is the road. Why are we going so nuts on a road like this? Like, it's just a regular road. It looks like we did hit oil. Okay. But if the focus is, I'm going to go fast and get a really cool body angle and like, I feel amazing. Yeah, boy. Like, if that's the focus, where's the focus on just riding regular and looking for road surface hazards? Because you would have seen that. If that was your focus, is like, I'm going to ride safe. If you're focused on the Smart Rider principles and you're like, this is how I'm going to ride, this is the type of person I am, then you're seeking and understanding and recognizing and all that stuff, hazardous situations and looking for road surface hazards. That's your focus. That's your priority. If your priority is looking fast and going fast and doing that stuff, that's your priority. So you're going to make mistakes in the aspect of safety. And then you're going to destroy your bike. Yeah, buddy, look at me. I'm going super fast. Now, I get it. Adela, go ahead and take a seat. Grab a slice of pizza. We're kind of going over your crash here, but oh, geez. We're going nuts. We're getting off the bike. I got my knee pucks. I'm going to get my knee down on this easy little road, but it's going to cause me to get into a bad situation. Yeah, look at that. Here we go. My knee pucks got scraped, but so did my bike get destroyed.
There was a lot of oil on the road left behind.
There was oil.
Bus. He also mentioned that in this situation, his gear definitely saved him.
Got very lucky. Very lucky. I don't know. Oh, he's almost dropping. Almost dropped down. We got more? Oh, he's pissed right there. Okay, moving on. Crash incoming. Oh, yeah. The brick and the pavers, when wet, get a little slippery. So be very careful. So I mentioned during the live stream in between these videos is that basically what you want to do is pretend that your grandma's in the back seat. If you're driving a car, grandma's in the back seat, going to church, full white dress, holding a big jar of iced tea. You want to be slow on the acceleration, slower on the turning, slower on the braking, because you don't want that iced tea getting all splashed all over your grandma in her white dress on the way to church. So that's the mentality that I want you guys to have when it comes to rain riding or having a passenger. Okay, so slower on the acceleration, easier and maybe slower on the turns, more time for total stopping distance when it comes to the progressive braking, because you're going to have a lack of traction, especially on this. So we have this where you hear that? The acceleration, accelerated hard on paint and on pavers. Lost traction on that rear tire because the tire, when it accelerated, it just started spinning more because it lost traction. It didn't grip and push. It gripped and spun, or it lack of grip and just spun. And so now we're losing all traction on the rear tire, causing us to slide around. So be easier on that. Oh, Diva, she crashed. Why did she crash? Luckily, she is okay. Okay. Why did she crash? Oh. Yeah, her nails are damaged. All right, here we go. Going through a roundabout. Okay, watch out for any road surface hazards. Anybody coming out? We're going to low side here, aren't we? Yeah, you're accelerating through the turn. You're accelerating in through a turn. Okay, so just take it nice and easy. Nice and easy through here, because you're already looking for people trying to come out. So if you're going too fast, it's going to be harder to swerve and do an emergency maneuver. So if we're going through the going through the intersection, because that's what it is. We're locating a hazardous situation. Intersections are hazardous. We have to look for relevant threats. Don't become the relevant threat. Don't become the active threat by speeding up. Just take it nice and easy. Nice and easy. And then we low side. Not fun. Not good. All right, here we go. Nighttime. Nice swerve. Oh, very good. Okay, so we're going to point out a few things here. That was very good. So let's take a look. Okay, so we're going around. It's like dusk. Maybe actually it's probably dawn. It looks like it's first thing in the morning. It looks like it's a morning thing. It looks a little different. You don't have that golden hour with the sunset. So we're coming through here. We see somebody pull out in front of us. You know, we're not going to be able to stop in time, okay? Progressive braking is only going to do so much, especially with that big trailer, okay? So it's pretty scary. So he made a split-second decision. He's going to swerve for the open spot. So very good. He doesn't know if there's anybody behind him. There's a line of sight issue when it comes to this vehicle. We can't see around him. But he made a decision. Can't fault him for that. It's better than rev bombing and honking the horn and freaking out, okay? So fine, he did it. Okay, he was about to swerve back into his lane. Now he has line of sight around this person. He sees headlights. He's not going to be able to stop in time. He's not going to be able to swerve in time, possibly. You know, he's already going to the left in his direction, so might as well continue. He sees the escape path all the way to the left. Okay, he sees the escape. I could do that, but here I have to do a wide arc. Hopefully I make it, but I can already go left because I'm already kind of going left. So let's just continue. So he made another split-second decision and went to the left. That's fine. The car was doing its job too, decided this, it saw it, perceived it, and did a swerve themselves to increase the space cushion between each other. So overall, it's a close call, but he did a good job because it would have been a crash twice. So he had two different things. So Gav Wills Son 916, you did fine. I think you did fine. Terrible situation, handled it though. Back in your lane. No, you didn't see any rev bomb, no rev bomb whatsoever, no honking the horn. So good job, man. Good job. Just handled it. All right, we're having some fun. Ruben, we have a stop sign coming up. Be prepared for that one.
Way too fast and didn't keep a safe distance.
Yeah, you got to keep that space cushion. Make sure you keep that space cushion. You see the stop sign coming up? Oh, he didn't see that. He didn't see that stop sign. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. We gotta rescue him. We gotta rescue him.
Hey.
Let's go back just a little bit. Okay, so I tell you guys to look for signage.
Doing this group right.
Stop sign coming up. Okay. You don't know where it's at yet, but you know it's coming up. So we should probably be prepared to stop at some point. I'm assuming it's around the corner because we can't see the stop sign yet.
One of the riders in the back went way too fast and didn't keep a safe distance.
Okay, so keeping this space cushion so you're able to downshift and slow down. Our buddy didn't. Okay, so if you have that friend that just never slows down, never pays attention, maybe it's a brand new rider and you're talking through all the signage so that way they can, pay attention to the motorcycle themselves. Let's just pretend it's a beginner rider. So he doesn't have a bunch of gear. He just bought the bike. He maybe has a helmet and gloves. That's it. Okay, so if you guys can, right now is a good time. Grab yourself a Cardo Pack Talk Edge Duo. Go halvesies on it. There's a sale going on for 22% off August 31st to September 7th. I already talked about that. Links in the description for that. He can focus on riding, and you can point out the signage. You can point out, hey, we're coming up to a stop. Hey, there's a stop sign coming up around this corner. Hey, let's all slow down. Like, you could talk to your buddy about that. You can tell them so they can focus specifically on the motorcycle, because there's so much going on in the brain of a brand new rider. Take some of that cognitive load off of them by telling them these things, and that way they can slow down and prepare for it. So that way they can focus on the throttle, downshifting, and all those other things. That's what I do when I ride with a brand new person. I speak for their brain so they can focus on their body. But yeah, he crashed. It's not good. High speed. Looks like he barely applied the brakes at the very last second, or none at all. And now he's on the ground, not moving. And I did notice a little bit of road rash right here. So you can see it right there, right on the hip. So if there's road rash on the hip, think of it as paint transfer when a car hits another car. If you have a white car and they have a red car and they hit you, now you have red paint on your white car. Means that's the impact point. That's part of the impact point. That's where you guys touched. So when I see road rash, I think that's where the body itself touched the ground. So if that massive impact already, probably going to have some broken bones and whatnot. So it's going to be a full system thing. But if it was an easy layover, I'm assuming that's where the impact happened. And if I see an impact and road rash on the left side of the hip, the iliac crest, which is that little hip part that you feel, I'm concerned about a hip fracture. And when I am concerned about a hip fracture, I'm concerned about the femoral artery that bifurcates through the hip. Bleeding. Bad bleeding. Not much you can do about that. So if it's external bleeding, you can stop some of that stuff. So that's part of rescue. So stop major bleeds. You could probably pack the wound on that one. But if it's a mid-femur fracture or lacerated femur, a femoral artery in the leg, you can do at least a tourniquet on that one. But it's a bad situation, and you don't want to get your friends in this situation. So if it is a brand new rider, you want to be able to be helpful and to prevent some of that stuff. That's why talking on that Cardo, like I said, is good to do. And you can listen to music too. You can do a bunch of other stuff. So I'm glad he says stay calm, because you have to remain calm. Call 911 immediately. I don't care about the bike. If anything, I want to leave the bike right there. I want to leave the bike, because that's going to hopefully stop people from running me over while I'm helping my buddy. I want to go straight to my buddy. Leave the bike. Leave the bike. Okay?
Hey.
All right, we're texting somebody. I want to see what the text messages are. One
Hey.
second.
Hey.
Okay, it's blurred, but oh crap. It's blurred, but once the camera pans a little bit. Ah, damn, you can't see it. He forgot to put the blur with the thing. Anyways. All right. It's red. Where they're going to go. Oh, we got hit.
Je savais.
We got hit in the butt. Nice little simple little love tap that's going to cause a little bit of damage. Hopefully no whiplash. Double check your bike. Exchange information if you can.
Non, je regarde, c'est le pneu là. Je regarde s'il y a la jante touchée ou quoi. En vrai, t'as touché que le pneu normalement. Bonsoir.
Police officer maybe doing an investigation. Who knows?
Comment? Bientôt ça va s'envoyer.
So in America, I would totally have the police officer do an accident investigation, especially if I got rear-ended. So that way, at least when insurance comes involved, they have a police report saying that I got rear-ended, so that it makes it easier for the insurance to pay me. So
franchement, je pense qu'il y a rien. Je connais, je regarde un peu la jante, mais.
All right, here we go. Riding. Oh, geez, power wheelie. Here we go. Vets love moto. You gonna lower it at some point? Nope. Different video. Okay, so we're gonna do it here, but we looped it. Bike wants to stay stabilized. Look at that. Bikes want to be stable. They will ride by themselves. We're the problem when it comes to the balance on a motorcycle. So we fall off. Look how stable that bike is. So it's our inputs that causes a lot of crashes. Now, if the bike is damaged or something, yeah, it's going to fail. But if the bike's in good condition, it's going to just keep going until it runs out of, acceleration and movement. Newton's, second law of motion? The outside force would be gravity and friction that will stop the bike. But the bike wants to stabilize. So if we are doing crazy adjustments and doing nutty things and accelerating hard and leaning the bike super far down, that's when it crashes. Bike wants to stay up. There we go. Fred builds bikes. We got a lot of rain, so traction loss, possibly visibility, maybe hypothermia kind of can kick in. Oh. Yeah, traction loss. There could have been a little bit of oil on the ground with the water. The water will lift the oil. Let's see what he says. Riding Nick's to work in the rain when I crashed on a wet corner. No permanent damage was done to me or the bike. Okay, so the water will lift the oil up off the ground. It's a surfactant. Water and oil doesn't mix. So when it rains, it gets on the oil, but then it goes underneath the oil, and then it lifts it up, and then it falls to the gutter. So while it's doing that in the first 30 minutes of a rain, it's going to be a little slippery. So if you get caught out in the rain right away, be careful for the next 30 minutes. If you just start riding and it's been like 10 minutes since it's been raining, be careful for the next 20 to 30 minutes, okay? Especially on the corners, because that's when you're turning. Try to avoid the shiny areas of the road. There you go. We got a fire up ahead. You see the smoke?
This rider stepped in to help a truck driver, but another driver didn't like it. At some point, he crossed the line and the rider quickly put him in his place.
No, we don't need to have that. Just sit in traffic, not a big deal. Not a big deal. Oh, geez. Automotive and towing, G&M, okay. If you're driving a company vehicle, don't be a D-bag. You're representing the company. Motorcyclists, don't be a D-bag either. You don't need to be blocking people. I get it. You don't need, but still, you're not traffic control.
Not supposed to be in the past, like, get out of the way.
Yeah. You don't need to do that. All right, let's move on. People, adult children over here. Adult children. Get over yourself. You're making bald men look bad. Even try to tattoo some hair on them. Yeah, just get out of there. There you go. Slow it down. He can't catch up to you now with all the traffic. Yeah, buddy. I love seeing stuff like this. Except for when you crash and break a hip and then you're stuck in the middle of nowhere. Oh, hit a rut. Oh, foot got caught on the little berm. It's going to cause you to get all messed up, and then we're going to dump the bike. But these are... I have fun. I had fun when I was riding off-road. I really want to get back into it. So how do you help somebody? So, like, let's say he got a lacerated leg and you're in the middle of nowhere. Do you guys have a trauma kit? We have some trauma kits on the store. It's from Tremoto. So if you want to check out on the store, boom, there you go. But highly recommend getting yourself a trauma kit just in case, because you're in the middle of nowhere. If you have to stop any major bleeds, good luck.
Now after rain.
All right, here we go. Oh, I love this little, the pixel art here. That's great. All right, so what, a Prius? You guys know, we always talk about
This rider
Priuses.
was fully aware of the danger.
Lots of rain.
And tried to adjust his riding style.
Watch out.
Unfortunately, he couldn't handle it when things
Traction
got a bit
loss,
more demanding.
possibly.
No.
There it is. Even just a little bit of brake pressure, traction loss. Look at all this. Looks like soap on the water. So you're having a lot of different chemicals on the road outside of just water. So it could be oil. It could be just anything that's on the ground. So be very careful. I like to ride right behind the car tire because the car tires displace water. You can even see it. You see the outline of the car where the car tire was? You see how it's all like white and white, but it's all like clear in this area right here? Yeah, they're displacing water. Yeah, you're going to get a little bit on your windshield, like it's up here. But I like to ride in the displacement area because they're pushing the water away. That's where I like to ride.
Fortunately, he couldn't
Use the
handle it when
cars to your
things got a
advantage if
bit
they're going to
more
be,
demanding.
problems for you. At least use the advantages they offer. Yeah, that looks like somebody threw a bunch of soap on the ground. There you go. Yeah, you got to remove one of the hearts. Thankfully, nobody behind him hit him. Nice of that person to come out and help. You need an Uber? No, we're good. Getting some karma points. I like this little outlet. It was good. All right, here we go. We're moving through traffic. We're lane splitting. So watch out for anybody going to the open spot like that. Nice little impact, and we crash in the back of the vehicle. Be very careful. How come nobody saw you with high vis? It's because it's good to have high vis. Don't rely on it. There's going to be the few times that somebody sees you because of it, but don't rely that everybody's going to see you. So be careful when it comes to these lane splitting situations. Always look out for these big open gaps, because that's where somebody can come out, switch lanes. If traffic is standstill, nobody's switching lanes on you because they can't get to the next lane. So when you see these big open gaps, that's an opportunity. So be careful about that. Boink. Oh, that sucks. Hopefully, he has gear underneath that. All right, here we go. We got side of the vehicle peeking out, but they're not they are an active threat now. Good job with the brakes. Good job with the brakes. Seeing that ahead of time. Handled it. Let them in. Don't fight for it. Don't argue. Thumbs ups are good. I like doing thumbs down if you're really upset. Don't do the finger. Do thumbs down if you're upset, but thumbs ups are fine. I like that. I'm glad that they're nice. Once again, I want to point that out, the thing that's on the gas tank. If you have a passenger, those are amazing. Those are amazing. Write in the comments for the official name. I'm not even going to talk about it, but those are amazing. Grab one if you have a passenger a lot. Here we go. We have a nice, easy road. We're pulling off. Probably a long day. Ah, damn. I was going to say probably a long day of riding around, having a good time. And we failed our slow speed, possibly on a little bit of a hill. We didn't put our foot down. What do you say? I slipped. Okay, so we possibly slipped. This is why motorcycle boots are so good, because they do have a lot of grip. And here's the thing. If you use regular shoes, like the shoes that you walk around in all the time, you're wearing out your shoes while you're walking. And so now you're riding. At some point, the shoes are being worn down, so you put your foot down, it has no grip anymore. At least with motorcycle boots, they come with amazing grip, and you're not using it to walk around all the time, so you're not really wearing out the bottoms of your soles, so they keep that grip. If you want to practice the slow speed stuff, you can just probably creep out and do a little bit easy with the friction zone throttle control. Link in the description for that. 20% off, 24 drills. I feel like I have to keep talking about the drill part, but guys, slow speed maneuvers, lots of fun, 10 cones. Try to beat my time. I have my times listed on the drills. His legs cut. Yeah, his foot's stuck. That's kind of scary. That's why you wear motorcycle boots. Okay, so stupid mistake, but no damage to my Husqvarna. Thanks to the crash bung kit. Very nice. They saved me a lot of money in damage costs. Exactly. If you don't have a crash bar similar, you should buy it. It's worth every penny. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Even if you don't think you're going to crash. Even if you don't think you're going to drop the bike. It's going to protect everything. Well, it's going to protect the things that it needs to.
Precis, jag slant mig i foten.
Very good. If you have the help to lift it up, you have the help to lift it up. Okay. Very good.
Jag hoppas det.
Here we go. Side of the vehicle right there. You see it coming out. Is it going to come into our lane? Let's find out. Yes, it is. Now it's an active threat. We're going to slow it down. Very good. I like that. So part of planning our ride, we're in a good position for safety. We're locating a hazardous situation. And is it a relevant threat? Not yet, but it can become an active threat. So when does it become an active threat? Oh, right there. Right when it started crossing that line. Right there. Now it's an active threat because it's coming into our lane. So what do? We have to keep ourselves in a position for safety. How do we do that? Emergency swerve, emergency acceleration, or emergency braking. Okay, that's what we do when it comes to navigating active threats to put ourselves into a new position for safety. We see this person coming out. Yeah, we could swerve. Yeah, we can accelerate into it, or we can just kind of let them in. Let's practice our progressive braking here. Apply some front brake. Let them in. Not a big deal. And that's what he does. This is a perfect example of how you should handle the situation. Let's say that when it's here. Perfect example of how you should handle the situation. Just let them in. Let them speed up. If you want to get to the other lane, do a head check and double check no traffic's coming. And then accelerate out. Or let them speed up. You kind of sit back a little bit, increase that space cushion because they're speeding up. You're not going as fast. And then once they get that space cushion you like, then you can speed up and you can go with them at the flow of traffic. All right, having some fun. Here we go, going crazy. We got a little too close to that car. The reason why we're doing this with the camera is because we were slamming the brakes and losing traction. So a little bit of a panic, go a little too fast. Maybe we're gonna go on this corner for some cool video shots from our friends, but that car came out. Kind of messed us up. Oh, here we go. Oh, I think we've seen this one where he just kind of blows up. Interesting, different view. There's the camera guy over there. Here we go. Pedestrians almost got hit. Dum-dums. Watch out for the side of the pedestrian, just like the side of a vehicle. Good job braking so we didn't run into the white vehicle. All right, here we go. Get a full face. That's an old Cardo Pack-Talk Bold. Guys, once again, they don't even make those anymore. They use the Pack-Talk edges now. So those things still work good if you still work good. I like those, but they don't make them. But link in the description for 22% off between August 31st and September 7th. He's got that brake. Excuse me. The brake light thing, where when he decelerates or applies the brakes, it flashes like a brake light. That's pretty cool. Doodle does a lot of that stuff. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you for the blessings. Idiot pulls right next to me. Okay, so open the view a little bit more. See, he's blocking line of sight. I hate it when people do that. He's not supposed to, probably not supposed to do that, but you just let them go. A little honk, that's fine. Not a big deal. With that said, though, grab yourself a slice of pizza. There's links in descriptions for some major sales going on. There's a lot of discount codes. So if you want to get the drills, you want to get, if you want to get the drills, you want to get the Pack-Talk Edge, you want to get a rock form mount, there's 20% off basically between August 31st and September 7th for Labor Day. Check it out. Ride safe, be safe, and I'll see you guys on the next live stream. That was a shorter video. That one didn't really spend a lot of time on. We went through all of them. We went through all of them. I'm going to take the teleporter. Meet me in my dorm room. Actually, let's go to the office. What's up, everybody? We are 3.5 hours into this live stream. Hopefully you guys learned a lot. We talked about a bunch of different topics. I have a lot of editing to do. What else? Oh, you're welcome, Colin. Thank you. I love seeing like a lot of the same names from the beginning. That's really awesome. Thank you guys for saying bless me. Miller time? Yeah, I want to. I used to do these live streams on Thursday, and my Fridays were the start of my weekend. So I used to all right, live stream done, editing done. Let's have a nice beer. Let's put a bath on with some Epsom salt. Have a candle and the thing that goes across, and have it. Wait, I don't know if I should be telling you guys that. But it's relaxing. Lights off, a little beer, maybe some wine, some Epsom salt. No, I'm just kidding. I might actually go to the pool. I don't know. Anyways, you're welcome, Pedro. I'm glad to see you here. Thank you, Reginus the Gray. Lightning bolt. Yeah, so I'm going to do some editing. I'm going to do some work. I have worked pretty hard on the new Smart Writer training manual. I'm going to go ahead and outfit it a little bit more because right now there's no chapters, just modules. I want to kind of combine them into chapters. And the chapters are going to be video lessons. So basically it's going to be video lessons are the chapters. But yeah, guys, if you're getting a Cardo Pack-Talk anything soon, like you're like, I really want to get one. Don't buy one this week. I know it sounds weird because they're a sponsor and I'm telling you not to buy one this week, but I'm telling you to buy one next week, okay? Because next week from August 31st, it's the first link in the chat. It's the pinned chat comment. Next week, it's 22% off. Right now, it's only 10% off. I want you guys to get the best deal. So 22% off from August 31st to September 7th. So for the Cardo, a Bluetooth system. I love my Bluetooth. I've been with Cardo forever. I love the Pack Talk Edge. It's magnetic. It's great. Over-the-air updates. The app is amazing. They have the Riser app now too, so you can it's community-based maps and everything. It's really cool. So get that there. Still got the drills. I ordered 300 more books because we're selling out. So I ordered 300 more. So grab one of these. There's a discount code in the description too for 20% off. And then there's also rock form 20% off if you want to get a phone mount for your motorcycle. I love just the phone case. It's magnetic. I got this little key ring thing. I love this thing, and it can come off too. You don't need to keep it on there. Love it. It's great. What's the difference between the Spirit and the Edge or whatever? So the Spirit and the Freecom are the lower end models. I don't think they have the dynamic mesh. So like if you go out of range, you have to reconnect it manually. Dynamic mesh, you go out of range, you go back in range, it reconnects automatically. I don't think they have that. If they do, that's great. They do. Here, one sec. Let's just do this. That's a great question. That's a great question. Let's go to Cardo because they do have a comparison guide. Product comparison. There we go. And we're going to do the teleporter back to the classroom. All right. So, Spirit. Can we get rid of that? No. Okay. So, Pack Talk Edge, Spirit, and Freecom. Okay. I think the deal doesn't work for the Spirit. I think you only get 10% off, but still. Anyways. Let's see. So it doesn't have dynamic mesh. Okay, so dynamic mesh 2.0 does not have dynamic mesh. Okay, that's why. I think the Spirit. Interesting. I don't know why it says live intercom here, but doesn't have it here. I'm wondering why, because I thought you couldn't use it for talking. I guess Bluetooth means that you can. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say group intercom 2, 4. So you can have. So the Spirit is really good for if you're just riding with one person. I think the Spirit would be amazing because it's so cheap. It's $179 versus the $439. That's why I want you guys to get the 22% off discount because it's expensive, but I love it. It's worth it. It lasts forever. I think the Spirit would be good if you have a passenger all the time because you guys are just talking to each other, right? You're right next to each other. So that's really good. And it doesn't have a massive distance. So this has 5 miles versus 0.4. So it's good for passengers. The Freecom is like an updated version of the Spirit. You get a little bit more distance. And the 5 miles, guys, it doesn't really hit 5 miles. I would say about like 2. Because you have like mountains and like obstructions in the way. I think it's up to 5 miles if like everyone's connected closely. So like the person in the front and the person in the back is 5 miles apart, but there's like 6 people in between. So it's like it bounces. It's like a relay. I think that's kind of where the 5 miles really kicks in. Both have good Bluetooth. Different speakers. So it's got 40 millimeter HD speakers, and then everyone else has the JBL speakers. I think that's really the big difference there too. But you can still hear everything. Audio sharing, that's really cool. So if you get the Spirit, I didn't know the Spirit had it. I knew the Edge has it. So you can listen to music together. You can't record the intercom, but on the Edges, you can record the intercom. So you can record your guys' conversations. That's pretty cool. It does have FM radio. The batteries last forever. They really do, guys. They really last forever. Like I've never ran out of battery on any of these. You can charge it while it's riding. That's really cool. Warranty's 2 years versus 3 years. Over-the-air updates, yes, that's great. I used to have to. I remember with my old systems, I used to have to hook it up to. I used to hook it up to like the computer and have to update it, but I can just update it over the app now. So like whenever you connect your Cardo app to your Cardo unit, it'll ask you if you want to update it. Boom, it updates. So the Spirit is, I think the Spirit. So long story short, I think the Spirit is really good for if you're riding with a passenger. That's all you need. If you're riding with a big group, Pack Talk Edge is really good. If you're riding with just a buddy, just one buddy, like you just have a riding buddy that you go on weekends or whatever, and you don't need to have like dynamic mesh and 15 people capability, then the Freecom 4 is good. If you just want to get top of the line, I think Pack Talk Edge is good enough. If you really, the only thing that Pack Talk Pro has that all the other ones don't have, is that it does have auto on and off and crash detection. So if you crash, it'll automatically, contact emergency contacts and whatnot. And then it also has a 45 millimeter JBL versus a 40. I mean, I got a Pack Talk Pro, but I haven't even installed it. It's still in the box because I still use the Pack Talk Edge. I mean, it's cool. It looks cool. But, I mean, I just use the Edge. It's the same thing pretty much. So, yeah. And if you guys want to go there, here, I'll just do this. There you go. Very good. Very good. Office time. I know, we barely hit 100 likes. Zach, I don't get it. We used to get like 200 likes. It is what it is. I used to get like 180 people in class. Now we're getting 100 maybe. That's fine. It is what it is. COVID was a great time for YouTubers. I think everything's stabilizing now. But the simple fact that I'm still here on the YouTubes, even after all that time, it's a testament to my amazing community. Because we're focused on safety. That's why I'm focusing. Don't clip. What? Class yesterday, I was a little sick. And tired. Oh, COVID was a great time. Yeah. It was a great time for YouTube, not necessarily for anyone else. See you later, Colin. Past your bedtime. Get some sleep. We're about to get off anyways. That's what she said. But I'm focusing on the new training manual. I'm hoping to give you guys another resource when it comes to learning how to ride. I know a lot of you guys already know how to ride. But just remember, we have a lot of lurkers in the chat. I'm sure there's a lot of you in here that are lurking that maybe haven't ridden or aren't riding. Because I do get a lot of comments of, hey, man, I've been watching you for the last 2-3 years. I just got my bike. I just took the MSF. I've been watching you, and I just now started. So that puts it into my mind that people are watching and trying to learn how to ride well before they actually get a bike. So what I want to be able to do is provide a resource. So when people are watching for a while, it's like, oh, here's a resource. Maybe they don't have to wait 2-3 years for the MSF. Maybe they're like, oh, I got the new book, the Smart Rider Training Manual, and now I can go get my bike and I can train now that I got a book. I got something that will help out, and it's from Dan the Fire. It's from Daniel. It's from me. And maybe we can get some more riders safely on the road. You know what I mean? So that's where my main focus is. So that's where After the Ride is not here right now. But that's what I'm going to be doing. But I got to get going. I got some work to do. I'm a little exhausted. I'm feeling it. I need some more caffeines. Probably some water. Probably a little dehydrated. Got to eat some lunch. Exactly, P&W Rider. Exactly. That's how I feel. I love that you're a lifelong learner. Take that towards anything you do in life too, right? Don't ever think that you're an expert. You're never an expert. Even the experts don't know everything. Even the person with the most knowledge in the world doesn't know everything. There's no way. Don't worry. Hey, Harry, don't worry. Don't worry. It's good to have you here. I get it. I get it. Hopefully you had fun in the crew lounge. We have some video games in there. You're having a good time. Come back next week. You're always welcome. We do our thing. We do our thing. We had fun. Take care, guys. I'm gonna get going. I guess I could scoot. I think I could just scoot over. Tuesday, yeah. Tuesday, we'll get back to Tuesdays because it gives me enough time to edit. But I'll see you guys next time.